All right, guys.
Obviously, I'm not gonna sit there and eat Cheetos. We want good food, but people, the energy. I mean, it's a dinner party, not just a
food party.
Silent. And the question is like, if you're having a dinner party, what do you start with?
Right.
A conversation.
Who do we want to be there? Who do you want to spend time with? But I mean, actually start with.
That's what you start with.
Food better be good though.
Food's important to me.
If I drove all the way to your house.
For conversation? I'm talking for the food.
Food's important to me, but
I said the food's gotta be good. No, I said the food's gotta be good if I drove all the way here.
Exactly.
No pressure on me.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I think for me, the playlist is.
Oh, okay.
I have to have the right music at a dinner party.
course.
Yeah, that's true.
That's so true.
And then the food is next. Would you rather host a dinner party or go to one?
Oh, I'm a hoster.
I like
You like to
hosting.
clean up?
I'm a hoster. I will
I
host
didn't
a
say nothing
dinner.
about cleaning up. I just like the host.
It's a lot of hosts, though. It's so much.
I don't have fun when I host, but I'd rather host than go to one because then I'll be too critical.
Exactly, that's
You'll be
how
more
I.
critical when you're a guest.
Well, because then I'll tell them, one, I'll criticize the music, and then I'll be like, nah, they should have did this, they should have served this. The city of Philadelphia also knows me for being famous for calling the police on my home parties.
Oh wow.
No way. No, you didn't.
Why do you
So,
do that?
all right, when we were making the Things Fall Apart out.
Yeah.
That's when, like, back in '97, back when, like, Jill Scott and everybody was coming over.
Yeah.
It would get too rowdy, and so, like, when
911.
and all those guys would come,
911
right.
was
So I would go
your
upstairs in my room and be like, there's a disturbance at da-da-da-da, and they'd be like, aren't you calling from da-da-da-da? There are some police! And literally, I would call the cops on my own.
So was that a way to avoid the conversation of like telling people it's time to leave?
I'm very passive aggressive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Conflict avoiding.
So like at a certain point in time, you're not a people person.
I am, but I'm not.
Your social media one.
So far we are, thanks for coming to LRGA Curves today. We're reacting to Olandria's Do You Want More is the podcast with Questlove, and he's in the band for The Late Show, right? And so anyway, so he has a podcast where they play games and everything, and he has on his star friends and star celebrities and stuff that he's met, I guess, over at his other day job. So today he has Jordan Childs and Olandria Carthen, who we know and love from Love Island and who we know and love from the Olympics, right? And we know that they met each other during Olandria's freaking lightning in a bottle year. And they've met and hung out a couple of times. And they're each other's girls, as much as you can be, I guess, in this world. And then we have Jesse Williams. Okay, now everybody knows Jesse Williams is a freaking actor with his green eyes and light skin. And, he probably would have been Anaya's ideal man on season 8 because she loves a caramel skin guy with hazel eyes. But anyway, not too much on her. But anyway, so Jesse Williams is there, Olandria, Jordan, and then they're being interviewed by Questlove, who's also the host. And so it's only 18 minutes long. We're about 3 minutes in. It's going to have some commercials, even though I already pre-watched. YouTube is on my ass to get some residuals, I guess, because how sometimes you can watch something on YouTube and you get through the commercials. So then when you rewind, you don't have any commercials. But yeah, they're on you. Anyway, so we're just getting started with this. Come on in. Go ahead and like the video. In YouTube, if you haven't already, ring my bell so you can get notified next time I upload videos. I'm part of the beautiful curvy community that we're growing in the YouTube streets. You guys know that I owe you. I was kind of in mourning though the last 2 weeks, y'all, with the whole breakup of the VanCarthens and everything, and so I was only uploading shorts. I didn't really know what to come on and say about it on the live. And so, but today here we are because we got some good stuff to talk about. So we're going to watch this interview and then we'll talk about how Olandria is going to get honored. We're going to see her out and about tonight on the red carpet for the Time Magazine 100 influenced people, I guess. So she's going to be hitting the red carpet as Landria tonight. So let's get back to this interview. Like I said, go ahead and smash that like button, smash the subscribe button if you haven't already. And over here on the TikTok, just keep on tapping the screen. It doesn't cost a thing. Just, it keeps us in the algorithm's good graces. And if you can, do your daily heartbeat. that would be outstanding because YouTube does not really like. I mean, YouTube nor TikTok doesn't really like Olandria. I'm not sure why she's getting shadow banned and her content's suppressed and reported and whatnot. I mean, she's only the fucking it girl of the season. But, anyway, let's get back to it.
I'm a people person until people start like putting their cigarettes and stuff out on my couch or whatever.
Gotcha.
So then it's like you gotta get out. All right, so it's game time.
Our first game is put a finger down. I'll ask a question. Depending on your answer, a finger either goes up or down. Whoever has the most fingers at the end wins.
All right, so we'll start with.
Hey,
Put a finger
woman!
down if a family member has set you up on a date.
I invited you to. We're watching the Olandria interview with Questlove. Well, we're listening to it because I don't own the rights to this publication.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so some of it'll shine through and some of it won't. But I'm not trying to just sit here and re-show it. But we're gonna hear how freaking competitive Olandria really is, you guys. It's hilarious. Here we go.
I'm the youngest of 5. I'm sorry.
No one set you up on a date?
No.
All right. Yeah, like there was
I've set my other siblings up on dates before.
Saying you're the youngest, I would think that means you're most likely to have been set up.
Nope.
I don't like blind dates because at least with me in the 90s, it was always, oh, she's such a nice girl. I was like, come on, who do y'all think I am? Put a finger up if you've been suspended from school.
Yeah.
Put a finger
What did you
up.
Oh, up?
Yes.
I broke the record at my school for in-school suspension, and I got suspended all the time.
Oh my gosh.
Righteous Jesse?
It wasn't righteous back then.
What did you do? Were you like Thug Smurf?
I was
Thug Smurf.
Thug Smurf?
I was getting into fights. I was selling things I shouldn't have been selling. I was stealing things I shouldn't have been stealing. I was getting in trouble.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was me and the vice principal were sworn enemies.
Wow.
Does your vice principal know what you do now?
I mean, probably.
All right, so put a finger up if you hooked up with a coworker.
I can't remember one specifically, but I'm sure I have.
Technically, isn't your
No.
coworker?
No.
I
mean, no.
Wait, what's
by
you
no, do you mean absolutely yes, obviously?
Wait.
Yeah, elaborate on this.
Jordan, you know what? You elaborate, but you know my damn business. You want to
Wait, how long have you two known each other?
Go ahead, Jordan.
Shit, a few months.
No, I feel y'all went back like decades.
What do you think if you're on a reality?
That's not a coworker.
That
That's you're working
technically
with them,
is. You're
no?
working with them. You're both getting paid to be on a show.
Y'all show
To
up.
find love, girl. You know what? I got an extra
Well,
finger.
the goal is to have the most fingers up, so yeah.
Yeah, take it. It's employment, y'all. You
I think I broke a rule.
yeah.
Technically, you hooked up with a coworker.
I was supposed to. That's-
Didn't say it was wrong.
And they say it was wrong.
Oh,
But
yeah.
technically, it's your coworker.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fine.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. Now, Woman and Dumby, do you guys feel like that was a worker situation? I mean, I just found out that they do get some kind of stipend for being there, so technically they get paid, right? So that does create a work experience. Does that mean that was that a job? I don't know.
I would say it was a job.
Technically, right?
You're a cast member. You're a cast member. You went through the whole interview process, and then when you arrive on the island, you meet your colleagues, your coworkers,
Yeah.
who you're working with.
Right.
So it is a job.
Technically, she was dating a
It is a job.
coworker. And the
She's getting paid,
the
right? Like you said, you got a stipend.
Yeah.
You got a stipend, right?
right. They
That's
got
the
they got something. Now, I'm not sure how much per episode. That would be interesting to find out how much per episode they get, because that would also lend itself to them being incentivized to stay on the show as long as possible, right? Because you're getting paid per day, I guess. I don't know.
That is true.
Yeah, I hadn't
That's
thought
why they
about
were
that.
fighting to stay.
Yeah.
Because they have free board.
Right. It was free room and board, free food in a tropical location. You get to kiss strangers. I mean, that's a pretty good summer gig.
Yeah, and Nick was homeless. Remember, he was homeless.
Yeah, a lot of these guys go on Homo sapiens. Yeah. So, Nick was homeless. Freaking Sincere was homeless. He had just got evicted. A number of people just left their apartment and are going to figure it out when they get home. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
If you're in your 20s, that's what happens. Right in your 20s, you figure life out.
Yeah, yeah. And for our entertainment, what a blessing. But I was surprised in this little when I watched it the first time. I was surprised that Jordan was the one that was like, yeah, girl, you was in a work relationship. Okay,
Do you happen to know what time this was taped or what date?
Oh yeah, so this was taped a while ago. This was taped pre-breakup. So because this has been in the queue to get dropped for 3 weeks now at least.
Oh, 3 weeks. Okay.
Yes, at least 3 weeks we heard that this interview was going to happen. So
3 weeks. All right.
at least 3 weeks we've known.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Put a finger down if you quit a job within a month of starting.
Oh yeah.
Yes. I feel like a grandfather telling this. Do you remember there was a comedy show called Happy Days?
Yeah.
And there's a fictional restaurant called Big Al's.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's sort of like Johnny Rockets, like a 50s theme. I worked there for a week. The day that Public Enemy's It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back came out.
Hell yeah.
That album inspired me so much that on my lunch break, I was like, I'm never going back to work and I'm going to have a career in music. So during my lunch break, I flipped burgers for a week.
That's dope.
And this album called me and
You've told Chuck that, right?
Yes. Chuck knows that I quit my job to become Questlove because of that record. So
I love that.
put a finger down if you've written a love song or a poem for someone. What's your story?
No, it's a family show, my bad. I've definitely written poems for
Original?
Yeah, when I was young, I definitely bit. I stole, I copied a Goody Mob. I copied a CeeLo lyric and
Skid.
and flip.
I love that verse.
So it was from cell therapy. I put a quote in my yearbook too. But yeah, when I would freak use a hip hop lyric for inspiration and then make it my own. And then I started.
All right, I'm dating myself here. Okay, so back in the 80s, albums used to come out 3 months before they were in stores. And somehow I got a copy of LL Cool J's second album. Mm-hmm. And the Bigger Endeavor album, what's revolutionary is that that's the first rap album with a rap ballad on it, I Need Love.
Yeah.
And I had it 3 months before the whole world had it. So I gave it to the prettiest girl in school. I wrote the entire song down and gave it to her.
That is hilarious that he did that. Okay, so I'm from the 80s also. And from when we had records that went on record players and they had to spin and, so the idea of what DJs use originated because there used to be record players, you guys. Okay. So yes, that is a real thing that when you would get your LP, the album, people would go home and copy the words. They would write down the lyrics to learn the lyrics, you guys. And then my uncle, along with many other guys from that phase, would literally write down words to the songs and then repeat them to girls like they wrote that thing, like they weren't about to hear it on the radio. It was hilarious. Hilarious, okay? And my uncle went a step further, I guess, than Quest because he had a binder and he had it tabbed according to wanting to get to know the girl, breaking up with the girl, and even just compliments for the girls, all based off of lyrics from songs. Hilarious.
She fell for it, and then 3 months later, she's like, "Hey, wait a minute!"
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't think about the song blowing up. I thought it was going to be filler. All right, so put a finger down if you competed in a national competition. All right, word.
Wow, that one was really towards me. Great, guys.
There you go. Put a finger down if you sleep naked.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, this guy breaking the house.
I gotta say something.
It was a
You know where I'm,
Sorry,
you know where I'm
guys.
about to
My
go with
drawers are right there.
fire.
Next to my gun. What?
this. You know where I'm about to go with this. So when I was invited to your play on Broadway,
Amir.
and they sat me in the front row,
Uh-huh.
I didn't realize that the play had naked elements in it, and I'm sitting in the front row.
Okay.
So
It did?
and so I sit there and pretend that he's
Amy,
not
your mom
like-
is ghetto.
I didn't realize it.
Oh my God.
So
Your mom is ghetto.
Nuh-uh.
No. Well, I don't know what she said, but I know it's bullshit.
Where's that Alpine Springs source? It's on the block.
You're gonna have to go make a new account, Amy. Yeah, the best was the 90s, right? The 80s, the 90s. I liked them. I don't know who that is.
My favorite time, 80s, 90s, the best music, best clubs, lounges to go to in
Yes.
the late 90s, early 2000s.
This professional 32 terabytes SSD.
That's
capable
so
of-
true, woman. I mean, they don't even know what we're missing now. I mean, they have no idea. But
No conversations, you out with your friends.
put a finger down if you've been fired.
yeah,
Definitely.
Unfortunately, I can't get fired from my job.
Period.
Oh, okay. So back in 1991, I was in Boyz II Men's Motown Philly video,
Yep. Yep.
and the director Lionel C. Martin
Uh-oh.
I know.
he said the whole name.
in the
Uh-oh.
video.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I'm in the video, but I don't know why. Yeah, why'd you fire me? Lionel C.
You didn't
Martin?
know at the time? Like it wasn't.
For some reason, the last hour of the video, he just got rid of me and got someone else to
Do that
do it.
part?
Were you doing something specific? Were you drumming? Were you?
Yeah, I'm like drumming on the video. Like when Michael Bivins is reading the newspaper.
And they got a different drummer?
Yes. So at the very end, you'll see a flash of someone else playing.
Oh.
And I felt like he did that to me as like, yeah. But I got revenge. I became Questlove that week.
Ooh.
Anyway,
Boyz II Men. Shout out Boyz II Men.
put a finger down if you've seen an artist 3 or more times in concert.
Down or up?
Oh, damn, I'm out. Down. So who has the most left?
Olandria's the winner!
That was bad. It's nice knowing ya. I think we should actually take our drinks at dinner.
No, she's super competitive. She was the winner, you guys. But then again, those kind of questions, the questions they showed us obviously didn't match the number of questions he asked because she had 8 fingers up, y'all, and we only had 3. We only heard 3 questions, so I don't know.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it was showing how playful she is, and they're drinking. So now we're getting to the almost last half of the interview. We have like 8 minutes left. And I think this part, she's going to be a little tipsy. You guys.
Oh, we're doing more. We're doing another game after this.
Yeah, so I guess maybe we should have known that she was this competitive.
You got a choice. Do the dare or draw
When
more
it was
cards
Thanksgiving,
and hope
and
for
she
the
was at
best.
home with her family, and we were playing this game in the house. With
Oh yeah, with the cups. Oh yeah. I totally forgot about that. She was
Yep.
serious.
Yep, with her own family members.
Yes,
Okay,
and they were in like the
perfect.
pajama phase, and she was like, "No, this is work, y'all." Like, it was hilarious.
Yes. So, yeah.
Up next is Uno Dare. It's Uno, but there are dare cards in
So
it.
do you think
Draw one.
that
You got a
because she's
choice.
highly competitive when she didn't get first place last year, do you think that kind of like bothered her a little bit or no?
Well, if the thing was about finding love, then and she knew she found love with Nick, maybe she cared a little that they didn't get first place because she knew that the people who did win didn't have what they had. So
Right.
I could see her feeling a way about losers winning. You know, I mean, in as much as the game play,
Yeah.
her and Brian had zero chemistry compared to Nick and Olandria.
Exactly.
But they,
Everybody knew it.
right? But they get the win because of whatever reason, because of likability, light brights, whatever, America, damn it, you know? So in that, and now finding out how competitive she really is in her heart, like really, I bet she did have feelings about it. But maybe she didn't have time to process those feelings with all the hate she immediately had to attend to. You know what I mean? So maybe she didn't have time to really reconcile that. Damn, I lost to Anaya. I mean, damn, I lost to Amaya.
So her full-time job as a sales elevator person, she was number one. She was the number one sales woman.
Yes.
Number one. You know, the kind of executive of her team. So she's very competitive of everything she does, and she's winning. She's showing that. Look what she's doing in real life.
Yeah.
She's winning in everything she touches.
Yeah, and it was a competition show, and she goes places to win.
That's
so I can see, yeah, I think we are onto something. She might have had, I'm pretty sure she had feelings about not winning, especially compared to who she didn't win about. And like they're saying in the comments, we all already understand that, hey, one person's rejection is God's protection, because she would have been beholden to NBC, Peacock, and all that shit in a whole other way. Had she won, she would have been beholden to her abusers. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
I'm glad that she didn't win, and but because she won even more than that. Amaya is not doing anything compared to what Olandria did in the last year.
None of them are really.
And in the realm of competition shows, she outlasted all the competition, and to the umpteenth degree surpassed them. Thanks, Peaches.
So I wonder if it's better to be the runner-up instead of the real winner, because even in season 6 with Cordell and Serena, they won, but
Leah Miguel got more.
A lot more brand deals.
Interesting.
Especially Leah.
Well, Essence, did you ever watch other seasons? How many seasons are you in on Love Island?
I watched from Justine's season 2.
Okay, and Justine is the black girl who's on everything, walking on her Instagram and all the outfits. Did she keep?
Yeah, but she hasn't gotten really big brand deals, and she was
exactly, and she was the winner. So see, maybe we just figured out the formula. Maybe you want to go on Love Island and not win, you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, because look at Cordell, Serena. And Serena get no Huda Beauty deal or anything like that. Big deals like that, you know?
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, the runner-ups are really the winners. I would say so too. And this season also. I mean, I bet Melanie and Kata get more than Anaya and Trinity, perhaps. I don't know what they're gonna try to make happen. But yeah, we'll see how this season works out.
I don't know if you watched last night. I just watched it this morning. I didn't watch the whole episode of what's happening live, whatever, with Andy Cohen.
I didn't watch it
either. They were
either.
on there. Trinity, Bryce, Anaya, and Carl. They were all 4 there, and you don't. It's not the same feeling. I hate comparing. But you didn't get that same vibe. It's like, I don't know.
And is it comparing, or is it just noticing that it's not the same vibe?
It's not the same vibe. I don't have that, I don't feel any of the energy. Even the audience, I felt the audience like, acting whatever. It was different. So I don't know how long they're going to last, especially getting a lot of brand deals. I don't know what's going to happen with that.
Yeah, old girl said that she only had brands in her DMs, but she doesn't have her DMs on. So I'm not sure how they're in your DMs, but yeah, they can. I felt nothing either. I felt nothing.
I felt nothing really. I don't know.
Yeah, and then look, we're still living in the past. That's what I was watching was clips of Olandria last season. Instead, even when I got a chance to watch a clip from what they did last night, I would scroll till I got a clip of what Nick and Olandria gave us last year, because they're just boring to me. I'm just like, I'm over them. They haven't addressed their now that they've watched something back and gotten the backlash from what they did to KC. I'm a KC defender, and
so am I.
I felt like even last night they could have said some shit like, oh, we did go a little hard on KC or something like that. You know what I mean? But
well, hopefully in a reunion, they will both admit to it, be hold themselves accountable, because I just don't get how one of the audience asked
Wellington
Trinity about Zach. That did you when you rewatched the whole episode? Did you see when the season when Zach was trying to say things behind your back to Bryce about you or whatever? And you saw her answer. She was nonchalant about it. Like, yeah. But she's still upset with Soul for saying that one thing on her interview with After Sun.
And then look, these rats are freaking spreading lies about Nick. I'm gonna block this bitch, and then I'll tell you what she said, because she's part of this. I did a video the other day on post breakup, the thread that got revealed about further attacking Nick and Olandria and putting out smears on both their names post breakup, you guys. And so the rats in particular, the rats from last season that were running amok. They have another group thread. This time, instead of inviting Etsy witches and hitmen, they are just running around, making up accounts, talking about that David guy and Nick, trying to make them the same, saying that, because Nick follows David and they were hung out last year. This is all finding out that fool could have chopped the girl up, So he hasn't even been convicted of that yet. But the mere fact that he has followers and one of them is Nick, that makes Nick him. And it's just these rats chewing through lines, trying to get to some semblance of recognition for their rat leader. And she's still not doing shit. And she don't care about you guys. Because you guys aren't buying shit she does. Go download her album instead of make a page and come tell me about some shit about that Nick follows somebody that happens to have a wreck. You know what I mean? It's just, they still, a year later, and the rats are so dumb. They're so mediocre at fandom that they're still doing it wrong. They haven't paid attention to the Star fan base at all on how to get your fave to the top. They are not paying attention. They're still just running hate smear campaigns.
I am surprised that they're talking about Nick, because I've been seeing a lot of hate towards Olandria's way.
Oh yeah, no, both of them. But somebody was just in here right now with the comment about the David thing.
Right.
And they have 5 followers and are following 100 and some people.
Well,
and
what does that have to do with Nick? Nick don't have nothing to do with the situation regarding David.
That's what I'm saying. But they're just looking for anything.
He was a music artist that made music that a lot of people liked. That has nothing to do with anything.
Exactly. They're grasping at straws, and their fave is still a fucking loser. Okay?
What they always say, haters will drive people straight to their own success,
Yeah.
So the more haters, the more success the person becomes. Seriously.
Yeah.
That's how it is in life.
I watched the Watch What Happens live for a little bit.
Uh-huh.
I didn't watch the full thing. I'm going to say this much. They better hope and pray that Casey and TT show up to that reunion.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're not going to have anything to talk about, and it's going to be boring and dry.
I really hope they don't show up. I really hope Casey and TT do their own thing.
It was like...
Is it in the contract, though? Do they have to show up? I mean, is there something that can happen if they don't show up?
I think it is in the contract now, but it was like Andy was pulling teeth with those. They are so boring. But I will say, what I appreciate about Mr. Carl, you can tell he's a grown man.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, Anaya's fans are mad at Carl right now.
Yeah.
Because he was being objective. I think Carl watched it back and was able to see, hold on. It wasn't as bad as they're making it.
Right.
He said there was some things that were said. He said, but it's locker room talk. Any man. So that's why when a man comes chiming in saying, oh, he was being super disrespectful, any man knows that type of talk happens.
Yeah.
It wasn't even that salacious in my opinion.
It really wasn't. They tried to make it more.
Yeah,
but what I can appreciate about Carl is that although he's seeing Anaya and they're dating or whatever, they're not in a relationship, because they made that clear. And Carl made that clear, actually. He said, no, we're not in a relationship. We're seeing with... So while they're putting Carl on this pedestal as if he's Anaya's savior, number one, he hasn't locked in a commitment to her. And number two, he was able to see Casey's point of view as well.
Yeah.
Which I thought was very mature. And you could see Anaya getting visibly annoyed.
Oh, you saw. She was about to go cry. She was about to be like, I'm crying. She was going to do that cry after he had red paint on his chest.
I believe that scene when Anaya stood up in front of Casey's face, started yelling at him, and Carl was sitting right next to Casey when it was happening. He saw it. I think at that moment, I have to say that Carl kind of got turned off. He had the ick at that moment for her.
Well, I don't know how much of an ick he really had because he tonguing her down in the whatever.
You know what? He's doing it because he wants to probably be at the end, whatever. But honestly, and if he rewatched it too, that's an ick right there. That's an ick. It has to be human. That's an ick.
And my thing is, someone made a good point in the comments. Them bringing up Nicolandria, guys, they have to. This cast is so lame. They have to bring up Nicolandria.
Right.
Them asking, were you surprised that they got an X, Y, and Z? And then, who cares? Why are you guys talking about last season? They weren't even the winners of last season. No one said, are you surprised Brian and Amaya broke up?
I know, right?
Yeah, they were the winners. That was who America voted for.
Whatever his name is, Taylor and Clark, whatever. They broke up. Mention them.
Yeah.
Well, Taylor and Clark, they're non-factors. They're not going to get... People aren't going to really care that they broke up. Actually, that's been a long time coming.
Well, we knew they were broke up when Shelly and her and the girl went on that little girls trip, and she was sitting in the chair looking all depressed. I was like, oh, that looks like a breakup trip. Mm-hmm.
Taylor, because you could tell, but Taylor has done nothing but cause problems for that girl. Maybe
she allowed it. She accepted it.
Yeah, she
did. She accepted it.
She did. That was her bad, but hopefully she learned from that mistake and to not let the Louis bags guide her judgment.
Well, here's the thing. I'm hearing content creators saying for Clark, she lost the mark now. Now she won't try, she's not going to get as many brand deals as she could have had before.
With Taylor?
Yeah, because it was with Taylor. She turned down a lot of good.
She's not getting any brand deals. The best she can hope for is to be an influencer selling stuff. Telling people to go buy this eyeshadow or buy this face cream. That's it.
That's true.
She's done dumb.
Look, we have like 8 minutes left on the podcast. Let's see how they finish it up. I think Olandria is going to win this one too.
Next is Uno Dare. It's Uno, but there are dare cards in the deck. Draw one. You got a choice. Do the dare or draw more cards and hope for the best.
Ready. You go first, Cecily.
Here we go.
Red or two? What you got? You don't have a red or a two?
We gotta make a thing out of it.
You have to keep drawing until you get a red or a two. Okay. Red or 7. So I'll ask you, this is where the distraction comes in. Is there a label that people put on you that you quietly reject? Are you a comment reader?
Unfortunately.
Why do you read the comments?
They be everywhere. Shit, I'm everywhere. They be everywhere.
All right. So is there a label that people put on you that we know you're the it girl, but I'm just saying.
Hello. Okay, you said it, not me. I know that's right.
Right, I said. But, is there a label on you that you don't like?
You know what I don't like? People always say I have, low racial self-esteem.
Really?
Yeah, it's disgusting. I don't know what that's about, but...
Well, we're human. We all have some sort of self-esteem issues.
But I don't. That's the thing. I do not.
Okay.
Used to. Right. Used to, but now I'm confident. So I'm hoping that, my confidence, rub off on other women to make themselves feel better about themselves.
There you go. That's
reverse.
What blue?
Oof.
I'll take the dare.
You'll take the dare?
Yeah.
All right. You sure?
Yeah.
Talk to the person across the table from you like they're your celebrity crush.
Okay, so there's this one time that I saw you on the TV show, and just the color of your eyes just really made me feel some type of way that I honestly thought I could date you. And I just wanted to make sure that, you know, I went on Google and made sure that we are very compatible and everything like that. But
Like astrologically?
yeah, like astrologically. And then Aries, it just works out perfectly.
And Aries,
Yeah.
what are you?
Leo.
Next, what's the color? Blue?
Blue. Jordan, what is your floor routine? Like when you prepare, what's your routine playlist? Because you've done some interesting, you made very interesting music choices that I've been very impressed with.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm skipping you, so go ahead.
So
I praise coming from him.
basically, a lot of where my music choice come from, obviously, as you can tell, came from like the eras of like Prince and Whitney and all that. And yes, right now I do have Whitney in my routine. And
Right.
how I see it is what art is. You know,
Yes,
as musicians, like you guys as musicians, you put art into what you guys do. So it's like our sport is very artistic. So it's like, how can we put
Good answer. That's impressive.
how can we put, you know, the artistic side of our sport with the art that you guys use in your music? So that's where a majority of like my music comes into play.
Gotcha.
Hold on. You gotta let go of the card.
No, I didn't.
You didn't let go of the card.
You called it right out here.
No, you called it when I was up in the air. Hold on.
No, I called it when you let it go.
Okay, this is some bullshit. No, wait, can I say shit?
I know.
Yes.
Shit! Why are you watching me?
That's my job. You went like this. You went, Uno, and then you put it down.
No, I did not.
You gotta let your hand go.
Yeah,
and then say,
you were up here. Your elbow was
It's
bent.
not draw to
you really want to win this game?
I do.
All right, what's your worst habit that you want to justify? I think
we saw it.
No,
I mean, your competitiveness.
this
I'm
game
just saying, yeah. You know you went Uno way before you.
Are you the middle? Oh, okay. I was like, you're the middle child.
I don't lose.
Well, you gonna lose.
Well, I won the first game. I'm gonna win the next one.
Because you were cheating.
Okay, not cheating.
So I'm just gonna
Get a room.
see you
Anyway.
guys later.
Oh, share.
All right.
Okay, your turn.
No, I got skipped. Jeez.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm not cheering on that.
Wow.
Love this act.
You enjoying
All
yourself?
right. While he's
I'm done.
what the hell?
I go into yeah.
Wait. Stack these,
All
right? Stack these. So you get to stack like whatever card.
Right. I got Skip. So go ahead. Red or Skippy.
Where's your card, Jack?
No.
Red.
You have a red or a Skip?
You have
I
a red
got
or a
skip.
skip? Do you have a red or a
Oh,
skip?
God, we're gonna
Oh,
fight.
wait, no.
Where are your cards?
Can
You can't hide your cards on your lap.
She has one card
So
and it's
they're
not
not
red.
She has one card left.
And it's not red.
Is it red or
So cool.
black?
It's not red.
Why am I playing the game over?
Wait, guys.
No.
Give me a second.
Okay.
Olandria.
I'm a little inebriated. So,
Yeah.
a red or a skip.
Yeah, a red or a Skip. Do you have a Skip?
No.
No. You have a red?
Can you
We don't
get
need to talk
out
for
of
that
my
long.
business? No, thank you. I win again. I'm so
Fuck it. I hate you right now.
Here's for the fucking weekend. Fucking loser. Suck it.
That was a build-up.
She said you fucking loser. I'm so good.
That was luck.
I want my money back.
Bring in the gifts already. Guys, come on. Wait, why am I not?
You want a confetti to come out the shoe.
The hating.
Here.
She's used to the hating,
This is
guys.
so damn competitive. It means so much to you. I'm gonna make you the MVP of the game. Can we award? What do we have? Ooh, what is this?
Oh my goodness.
Oh no, you
Not one enough?
What is this?
Oh, this is
Yeah, that's what we should give her, knives.
Well, the gift is an elaborate knife set.
Wow.
Watch yourself with
For
this.
my new house.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, congratulations. I thank you guys for coming and playing with us, and we'll see you in the next go round. All right. Next week.
That was cute.
Coming up on this season of the next.
That was cute. I am.
She's a winner.
She stays winning, you guys. Oh. Oh, yeah, she's a winner. Look, and a strategist too. She saved that skip card for the very end. Uh-huh. Yep.
Her dad taught her right.
I actually was half expecting a Nick question in there, but I guess that wasn't part of it. I did feel, if you guys, there was a point where Quest, you might have heard him say, get a room, get a room. And that's because I think there was a little energy between Olandria and Jesse Williams, you guys. Their little bickering.
That was so obvious that he was attracted to her, and she is his type.
Yeah, he does like a black woman. He does like a black woman. Does.
She's his type. He was very attracted to her. You could tell.
Yeah, yeah.
Is he married?
No, he divorced that one black lady, and he got with another black lady, didn't he? And I don't think that he's married though. Can somebody check on one of their devices? I can't check right now. Oh, look, he is married. Oh, okay. Well, look, you still.
So he did remarry. He remarried after he divorced his first wife.
You can still feel a little flirty with somebody after being married, and it wasn't like overt flirting. It was more like low key, reserved, like flirting. It wasn't, yeah. And it was almost like he was trying not to look at her. You know what I mean? Like one of those situations. And she's just being herself. She can't control her aura. Yeah, a little bit of eye contact here and there.
Well, if you're into astrology, Leos and Geminis have a great attraction together. They're great together, Leo and Geminis.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's a Leo, she's a Gemini. They have that chemistry, that energy, that sparks.
Yeah, that would be undeniable then, because that must have just been all Riz from their signs. Because if he married and she's not into taking people's mans, that's never going to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, check this out. Do you recall when she was in that interview for this podcast? I forgot. And then the question was asked about something about DMs, whatever. And her response was she does not want to break up any marriages. Remember that?
Yeah.
She doesn't want to ruin any happy homes. I saw that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think maybe you think Jesse into her DM.
No, not beyond this. I feel like I don't think it was him.
Okay.
Yeah, we're VanCarthen down over here. I was very much I was going through it last week, you guys. I was very much going through it. I didn't cry about it, but I was literally like just racking my brain with how quickly shit changes. Just so in my own relationship history, I've had where we just had the best weekend, and then by Wednesday we're broke up. I've had that happen in my life where I'm like thinking everything's honky dory on the weekend, and by Wednesday we had that big ass argument, and then you break up. But in my life we got back together, and it wasn't on. There was nothing about social media. I didn't take it to MySpace. That's how long ago it would have happened, and but I feel like that's also an element too on that can either stop or make a person get back together is when it does leak out into the public. Like maybe they were just going to have a little argument, take a chill pill for 2 weeks and then get back together. But then it got announced that they broke up. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I just was very confused as a VanCarthen about how we were on watch for them to be my favorite place, which was together on Saturday. We were on watch on Saturday for his Dallas show. All those Ola dolls and VanCarthens went to Dallas. Everybody was there. Her family drove down. Her best friends were there. They had just left a yacht the month before celebrating her birthday and Anastasia and all the things, you know. So then when I went back over just how things played out, where I got stuck, you guys, was on the $26,000 jet. At first, I made a video about it and everything. I was like, she was sick with 4Ks when he couldn't show up. That indicates to me that she really wanted him there. And her sisters were even like, damn, next time, Nick. You know what I mean? And then he was like, damn, I really tried to get there. I was even going to spend $26,000 on a plane to get there. And now I'm wondering, was he willing to spend the $26,000 because they had an argument or something? And he was like, oh, I got to get there this time or else it's over. Could that have been what was happening? I don't know. Because then I was like, well, there's obviously a smear campaign. And then Blue Centric even talked about that the higher ups had decided that Nicolandria was time for them to be over, period. And if they weren't broke up, they were about to be broke up. You see what I'm saying? So it was either that they were or was about to be based off of the powers that be. So, but then I'm still confused, like the runner-up that didn't win last season too, that I'm genuinely confused because how do you go from being sick, taking a jet, to, of all things, People magazine got in on the shits and was like, had a source. I was like, what's fucking source? We've been getting literally everything from them for a year, only for People to have a source. And then Nick confirmed that the source was right. They broke up. And I was, I'm just confused as to what happened. What could have happened? What was the last straw? I'm just couldn't, I have no idea. But then I did also notice that everybody who's been quiet, because they've been sucking the oxygen out of every space as the Love Island real winners of season 7, they as in the VanCarthens, that the runners up and the other islanders of season 7, I've been noticing a lot of them have been going live and posting a lot since last week. I mean, a lot more than, they weren't coming across shit on my timeline. And now I was scrolling and all of them was live for days and having lives and lives and lives. And like now it's time for them to come out of the woodwork because they're getting some oxygen that's left over in the room because VanCarthens aren't there to absorb it all, you know? And
yeah, but they're still not going to be up next, Curves. That's the thing. It's still not their turn, and it never will be. That ship has sailed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They're just gonna have. But did you notice a lot of them were live and stuff too? I was like, okay. I mean, it could just be time, but the timing is something that I noticed.
And I thought it was interesting how Clark and Taylor's breakup announcement was announced shortly after, when we know for a fact that they were already broken up.
Yeah.
We had been seeing signs of that anyway. So for them to announce it right after Nick and Olandria, as if they were trying to hold out like they lasted longer, I thought that was strange too.
Right. You know, that was strange. And then I was wondering, so I was like, okay, maybe if the 3D and the girl he picked weren't broke up when she went on that little girl vacation with 404 and the confused lady last month, even if that wasn't a breakup trip, I wondered if him posting that about Olandria and Nick's breakup was like, she was like, really, you still on them? You're still on them? And maybe that was her wake up call, like that Taylor is still high key obsessed with Olandria and Nick to the point where you would post Ace's picture instead of just leave them alone. Because every time he does bullshit, she was getting backlash the same way that Shelly would get backlash from Ace's shit.
And you know what's frustrating Taylor? He cannot stand the fact that he is obsessed with Olandria, because let's remember that's not his type. So I think he's going through a crisis of identity and like unsure, because he's not like sure of himself.
Yeah.
Because remember, Taylor, this is a woman you straight up did not want. You took every opportunity possible to communicate to everyone in the villa except for Olandria that you just were not interested in her in that capacity. So now you find yourself outside of the villa, lurking on her pages, lurking in the comments, trying to figure out what's going on next. And not only that, your own mother, as we know, is obsessed with her as well.
Yeah, remember, we know that his mom...
Clark just wasn't doing it for him in no way, shape, or form. That's why he had to overcompensate with the gifts and posting the receipts of what he would buy her, and them he had to overcompensate in that way because it just wasn't hitting for him.
Yeah.
It is what it is, though.
Yeah, it is what it is, and it's over.
He is obsessed with Olandria. It has nothing to do with her money. He doesn't have to be obsessed with her money when he and his family have their own. It's her. He's not understanding how this woman that is not considered the typical beauty, the beauty standard, has been catapulted into fame in this way. And that is obsessive behavior with what he's been doing.
Yeah.
Because shortly after their breakup, you post a weird picture. You are the only Islander, mind you. The only Islander who posted some weird whatever regarding a breakup.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's obsessive.
It is, because it's a year later and you swear you don't care. But does anybody know what color she's wearing tonight? I know that the Matthew is going to do his big one on alterations, but I don't know what color it is. I hear that it might be a Mugler, or however you say it.
Someone said, I thought someone in the comments said blue.
Ooh, blue. Ooh, have we got a blue red carpet moment from her? Not a red carpet.
And she's going to be rocking the braids. I wonder if she's going to wear her braids down or
blue.
She's going to have it styled a certain way.
Well, she said Braidlandria. I hope they're down. That would be iconic. We don't get a lot of braids down on a runway. I mean, on a red carpet.
No, I think Zendaya, she does it from time to time. I love when Zendaya does it. But,
remember that time Zendaya did it, and the person that was interviewing her said that her weeds looked like her locks looked like they smelled like patchouli and weed or something. Yes. Yeah, that bitch.
And we haven't heard from that.
We ain't heard from that skinny lady since then.
Juliana Rancic. She was
oh my gosh.
Police and E! News, yeah. And we haven't heard from her since she lost her job. Like, it was such a backlash.
Yeah. Patchouli and weed.
Of Zendaya, so.
Yeah, when Zendaya didn't even have to say
young. She was still, like, up and coming at the time.
Yep.
Because, like, I don't know. It was very interesting how that played out. But Juliana Rancic had it coming. She had been dropping weird little microaggressions forever. And it was finally caught on to because Zendaya was Zendaya. So,
yep. She had said a number of things.
I thought the Reismans posted like a little sneak peek or something, someone said. Posted on Instagram.
Yeah, they did a blue Mugler perfume bottle.
Oh, okay.
Is this Frankie? Is this Frankie? Is this Frankie Shade?
No. That doesn't look like, is it?
I don't know. Hello, period. On period.
No, that's not her curves.
Okay, bye. Bye. On period.
And you know, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like Love Island is dimming. Okay, by them not allowing the contestants to come out, like the final four or whatever, to come out and get through the interviews and whatnot, they're falling flat. And this cast is not going to be as interesting. I do see this cast fading into the background, guys. I really do. I don't care how many brand deals Trinity says she has in her DM.
Yeah.
It's not...
Unknown caller.
For real. Like, maybe after the reunion is when they're planning on doing all of that. But again, I don't feel like this cast has really hit the ground running. When I saw the Watch What Happens Live, I had to fight to stay awake because they're so boring.
They're so boring. Oh my gosh.
I don't have anything against the Carl and Anaya of it all. I was like, oh, like on the show, I said, oh, they might actually fit together. But when I saw them in the Watch What Happens Live, everyone was stiff, everyone was awkward, everyone was uncomfortable. It was just so weird. And I'm like, are they afraid to talk because they're afraid of like the backlash from fans or what have you? Like, are they that PR trained to where they just, I don't know, but it was so. And then people are mad because Bryce made the comment of how he texted KC but never got a response. Well, of course not, Bryce. You're not going to get a response because you lied on that man and caused the whole hoopla in the villa. So KC probably saw that back and was like, I don't really have anything to say to anyone right now.
Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't have had nothing to say to Bryce. What are you calling me for? Is it to apologize? Why don't you make a public statement about some backlash that I'm getting?
Someone said I don't think that he ever texted him. Maybe he texted the wrong number. I don't know. He claimed he texted KC to reach out and check in on him. Bryce, don't text me now to reach out and check in on me. And all this hate was kind of, you had a hand in it. Let's not act crazy here, Bryce. And although Carl defended, he didn't even really defend Casey. He just saw that point of view as well. Let's not forget he was liking hate posts against Casey as well. So again, it's everyone's been so weird. So I do understand Casey wanting to kind of dial back on everybody and everything apart from his woman and maybe Corbin. I can understand him on that.
Yeah. He's more mature too, so perhaps that's why he had a moment of self-reflection, or maybe he has a black friend that was like, dude, KC didn't do nothing wrong. You know what I mean? Like when he got home, for him to finally be like, yeah, boys will be boys. But I, to this day, don't think anything KC said was harmful or disrespectful about Anaya. I do feel like what I heard Anaya say about KC was in fact harmful and disrespectful. Calling him all of those names outside of the name KC was harmful and disrespectful. KC never called her a name outside of Anaya. You see what I'm saying? She disrespected him multiple of times, her and her little friends. And for them to just sit around and act like he still did something is really interesting. And for neither of them to take their first opportunity post Villa, knowing that they received that backlash for hyping up and standing for Zach and pretending like he got all the bullying when he got zero compared to what KC and TT got. Yeah, and they didn't take their opportunity as black women post Villa to correct how they treated that black man is very indicative of what I've expected from them, because they're not too emotionally bright. And I don't feel like they're the way that they were so quick. What TT said is a point. They didn't do it to us because we're black, but they felt comfortable doing it to us because we're black. You see what I'm saying? There's a difference there. And the level of comfortability that Anaya and Trinity have through last night's show to allow space for disrespect for KC and still cape for fucking Sincere. To this day, Anaya was still caping for Sincere's behavior in that villa and post Villa, and has zero words for the man who wiped away her fucking tears. I'm done. They're never getting nothing from $1 from me. I'm not buying. If they start hyping for Poppy, that's the week I stop buying it. If they get an Agua de Kefir, I'm not buying it that month. If they come out with a sweet green salad, it's going to stay at the store with the Cyclops and parasites on it, okay? I'm not buying shit they're selling because of their willingness to allow space for this disrespectful narrative around TT and KC. Yep. Still caping for Sincere.
And I love how TT and KC dropped the photo shoot. Those were gorgeous photos, by the way. KC is ridiculously handsome. Like, I don't know why, they were acting like he was the frog in the villa. He is handsome. Anyway, you have those photos that drop, and then they dropped their own podcast, which I really appreciated, because no, we're not going to give anyone else, free promo. We're going to do our own thing. I love that. How they interviewed each other. And you have haters who were like, they interviewed each other because nobody was inviting them on podcasts. Do you honestly think nobody was trying to invite KC, especially being that he was considered controversial? They love that stuff. They eat it up. Of course he was getting invites. I'm glad he declined and did his own thing, and they said their own piece. Yeah. Because the narrative they would have tried to flip the narrative, cut things out and this and that on podcasts. So I'm glad they're doing their own thing. I hope that KC and TT are able to get brand deals from this. I hope that you have brands who are willing to take a chance and really like market them. Because I can see it. They do have that it factor. I love them as a couple. I do see them lasting for a minute. I don't think they're for each other's forever people because they're all so young.
So young, right?
Very young. But I do think they're gonna last for a while. Carl and Anaya, it's over before it's even starting. And I don't think that's going to work out primarily because Anaya's mindset, truly, it's her mindset. It's just like it's like she's a little girl in a lot of ways. Because the fact that she was visibly rolling her eyes and all of that when Carl was like just
But you know what, Trink? It's so interesting that she couldn't contain her eye roll. But her problem with Casey in the villa is that he was always rolling his eyes. And that's her Stan's problems too with Casey is his face made movements. You know what I'm saying? But her face can do it, but his face can't. So we saw it clear as day. She did a clear eye roll when he was like, oh yeah, what Casey said wasn't so bad.
Anaya is a princess. That's why Carl calls her princess. She's a princess. She grew up very privileged, spoiled. There's nothing wrong with that. However, it does create this certain sense of entitlement to where you're not completely socially aware of certain things. And that is Anaya's current issue. Now, she can grow out of that. She can grow up. I see it happening. But that's where the disconnect was coming in with her and KC. And people weren't seeing what was happening in the villa of him getting exhausted from catering to her princess ways and princess behavior. Where then you run across someone like TT, who's from the same area as him. She's down. She understands him better. They just have much more in common.
Yeah.
So and then I do like a point that Zach made, although I do not care for that man. I like that during the movie night, he said, no, you guys weren't mad because of the disrespect regarding KC. You were mad because he brought TT back.
Uh-huh.
And he called that out plain and clear because they had already started booing and being nasty towards him as soon as he brought in TT, before they even knew about any of the whatever disrespect they say.
Right.
Because KC didn't say anything. The only sign of disrespect they knew was when all of the boys were there getting the lap dances from the Casa girls. Mm-hmm. That's not disrespect. That's a challenge.
Exactly.
That's not disrespect. So they didn't know about anything that Casey had said regarding grandma comments and this and that. And as far as grandma comments, Anaya has called herself a grandma.
And she called him grandpa the day before. She called him grandpa on screen the day before. And that's just, but she didn't mean it. He calls her grandma. And of course he meant it. But she doesn't mean it, but he meant it. Okay, whatever.
And when they were calling her grandma, they didn't mean it as a sexual way. They were saying because she falls asleep really early. Like, you know how some of the couples, they'll do like a little negging and pecking and cuddling and talking under the sheets and whatnot throughout the night? Not necessarily like smacks all the time, but like that little bit of extra intimacy.
Yeah.
Casey was basically, and I don't know how people are missing this. Casey was saying, like, yo, dude, as soon as that head hits that pillow, she's out.
Yeah.
I don't get to really, like, love up on her, like, just talk to her, whisper in her. Like, I don't know why people are acting idiotic, like they don't know what intimacy
Because a black man said words. So obviously the problem are the words the black man said. Duh.
Like, come on. No one's ever been in a bed with their partner where you're not having sex, but you're talking.
When Trinity was like, Trinity literally was like, I asked Bryce for more. I want to be on top of him like this. And she was going through she was literally talking about Smix. And there's nothing to see over here. Nothing to see there.
Liberation is a big deal when it comes to women. Mm-hmm. Women should be sexually liberated, which is fine. I agree. However, let's not act like there's not a double standard happening here, though.
This was definitely double standard island.
You didn't have Anaya saying she'll F the SHIT out of Carl.
And wear a dress for easy access. And try to stay awake. And put her legs over him. Day 3 of knowing that fool. And she was giving KC the cold shoulder the whole time because it wasn't her preference.
Yes, and here's the thing. She's entitled to be choosy. That's her body, her prerogative. I ain't hating on it. But let's not do the double standard thing is what I'm saying. KC was very attracted to Anaya.
It's okay,
Very attracted to her. The thing is, he was getting frustrated because he said it. He felt like she wasn't feeling him in that capacity.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure he was very confused that when he came back from Casa, she was that emotional. As a man, I would have been I would have been felt like I had whiplash. Like I would have been confused. Like, dude, I didn't even know you liked me like this. Like I had no idea because she wasn't giving him those signals. You know, women, we drop certain signals and hints of letting a man know, I'm really into you. Her stumping around the villa whining and complaining about every little thing he does is not gonna tell me as a man, that she likes me. No, and another thing, who wants to play those games? Either you like me or you don't.
You don't.
Who wants to play these games?
In addition to, we're on an island where I can go try to talk to somebody who might like me.
And the reason Carl hasn't wifed her up yet or made her his girlfriend or what, because let's be honest, it's Carl putting a pause on the girlfriend thing, not her. Let's be honest with that too. The reason he hasn't done that yet, because the ball is in his court, is because I feel like he watched certain things back on the show that made him, let me take a beat. Let me make sure this is really what I want to do. Like, I'm sure that's why he's kind of taking his time with her.
Yeah, we do.
And there's so many other factors, but I'm sure that's one of the reasons. Do I want to deal with this? Do I want to put up with this? Is this something I can handle? And also, I'm going to be going to PT school. Because he's getting ready to go back to school too. So she's a lot. She's a lot. And there's nothing wrong with her being a lot. That's...
And Trink, it's also in his mind. People keep on... So, let's go over the timeline. Casey and Anaya together, 17-ish days, 16-ish days. So, just over 2 weeks before the Casa Amor thing happened. And in just over 2 weeks, we saw her pull him 4 times and cry about some bullshit. Right? After not really picking him the first time. Yeah, she was there the second time. But she didn't pick him. Then we have, old boy, Carl come on the thing. She doesn't pick Carl. KC mentioned that he didn't get picked 4 times through the time that he came back with Titi, because he mentioned it the 4th time when he came back with Titi that there was nobody behind his door. Carl was there for 3 days, and in 3 days mentioned it at least twice that Anaya had not picked him. And again, there's no smoke for Carl, who mentions, rightfully so, that you didn't pick me. But there was a lot of smoke still to this day. There's still people talking about the number of times that, including me right now, the number of times that KC mentioned that. So I think that might be part of Carl's residual post Villa, post the entire show. That's still on his mind, that she didn't pick me. And now you're seeing this whole show play out. And do you want to be picked by her though?
Yeah. And apparently someone in the chat said that Carl has limited his comments on Instagram because he's received so much backlash from simply saying he could see Casey's point of view as well. And how crazy is that? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think Carl needs this. I do think he is gonna, after the reunion, he's gonna be done with it, focus on school, and go back to his normal life. I truly believe that. Who wants to deal with all of this right here with these fans? Because he gave a sound point of view, and he's a grown-ass man. He's almost 30, guys. Let's remember this. He's almost 30.
Right.
So he's able to see it from a mature standpoint. Casey didn't say F that B, who gives a about her. He didn't say any of that.
Right.
He made a few little whatevers that wasn't a big deal. And he never even called Anaya out of her name in a derogatory manner. Mm-hmm. They called him all types of N-words,
things.
P-words, B-words. Every name in the book this man was called, other than the name that was gifted to him by his parents.
Yeah.
So I don't understand how Carl is getting all of this extra backlash. Because I'm sure Carl watched the show and said, whoa, Anaya has a foul mouth. She was talking pretty crazy too. Mm-hmm. Any mature individual would have looked at it and saw that. Because remember, Carl didn't see the whole show either himself. They saw up until the point with Casa, but he didn't get to see every little thing either.
Right.
So yeah, he's watching, and this needs to be a rule, by the way. I was so annoyed when Trinity said, "Yeah, and I didn't." By the way, I cannot stand her professional voice, her so-called her code switching voice is so irritating. But I didn't get a chance to see the entire thing. I only saw like maybe the first or 2 weeks. Like this ridiculous Valley Girl accent. It needs to be a rule that they all watch the show. Everyone needs to watch the entire show, especially the main cast. Yeah. That needs to be like a prerequisite before going on these interviews.
Or especially before you get to the reunion. At least before you answer a narrow question on the reunion stage, they have to check off a questionnaire that identifies that they definitely watched the show. They need to have watched every episode just to see how they were edited so that they can see what we saw, so that they can know why we're moving the way that we're moving. And then they can clear up anything. They could be like, oh, well, you know, the day that you saw XYZ, this, and this really happened too, you know?
Because her dumbass came out, made that ridiculous post about what's his face, Zach, and you hadn't even seen the show of how he was talking so much crap behind your back, how he was really trying to break you and Bryce up, right? And had Bryce not had his own mind, it would have worked. So that's my whole thing about it. Like and then you haven't seen anything.
Didn't she say something to the effect of, when asked that question last night? I didn't see the whole thing, but I saw a clip and she got asked about that. And she's like, oh, well, it doesn't matter now, or something like that. And I'm like, you might think it matters in how you defended that fool.
I think she's 22, right? Yeah, she's 22. That's an impressionable young girl. And I get backlash every time I say she's impressionable from people who are fans of hers, but I don't care. She is very impressionable, guys. That girl doesn't know her behind from her elbow. She doesn't know what the hell is going on for real. She got roped into this 360 deal. She got brand deals in her DMs that she's not going to know what to do with. The team that she signed up with, they're going to run her dry.
She got a team already?
For every cent that she's currently worth. I'm telling you what's getting ready to happen.
Yeah.
Her head is in the clouds. She doesn't really know what's going on. She was clutching onto Bryce for dear life because she is confused by this world. She knew she wanted to be in it, but she wasn't properly prepared for it. She doesn't have it.
Right. And then one thing on our faves, they were clutching each other. And it was like, I do notice their body language. I feel like for the Trinity and Bryce of it all, I feel like she's very on him and he's nonchalant, the same way that Zach is nonchalant with Kata, in a way that is uncomfortable to me, because I believe that the guy should kind of like you more than you like the guy, only because guys they're usually the ones to go find somebody else they like more. So it helps the math in my mind. If he liked you a little more from jump, then he'll stay a little longer because he liked you more. Yeah. But if you like him more and you're just like clingy on him, smothering him, they're gonna get sick of that shit.
I think she's realizing the lore behind Bryce and how well known he is in LA. You know, Bryce is actually well off in his own right. Him saying, oh, I fix up garbage trucks. He didn't want to say, oh, I'm the co-owner of the company that fixes up the garbage trucks. He didn't want to say that. But like, you know, he's his own man. And I think she's seeing that. And it's like, she admires that in him. It's like the typical young girl, older man scenario. And that's what's happening here. He's going to get bored of her. Side note, she looked absolutely beautiful last night. I will say that. The dress was a little too tight in the bust area, but she looked gorgeous. I have never seen Trinity look better. She looked more refined. Whoever her stylist is.
I just need these people to get off these fucking baby hairs. No more baby hairs
I don't like the
for
baby
anybody
hairs, right?
Over 17. If you have a baby hair on your fucking forehead, you need to stop today. It looks stupid. It looks like, what are you really even trying to do? Like, what's the point of that shit on your forehead? And baby hairs were never down to your eyebrows, bitch. That's not where baby hairs belong. That's not a baby hair anymore. If it almost reaches your eyebrow.
Nose piercings out too.
Oh yeah.
She didn't have her nose piercings in or any like, but I felt like she looked really nice. Anaya was okay. I didn't really care for her ensemble.
Yeah, what was that weird dress with the
bra? She had a bra and then some bubbles. It was odd, but yeah, I think I agree. Anaya did, but I didn't like her ensemble at all. Makeup and hair were nice. The outfit itself wasn't doing it for me. And then the guys were just there. Whatever with them. But I will say the ladies, they looked nice, apart from Anaya's outfit.
Well, I saw when they were leaving, I saw another clip when they were leaving the same hotel that Nick and O left that year that they won, and all that paparazzi that was outside for Nick and O. There wasn't a lot outside for them, so I don't know if that's because it's not the same buzz or I'm not sure, but it just seems as the winners and runners up, there should have been like some hoopla.
That's what I'm saying. They're not interesting enough. The most interesting thing about this reunion, because I am going to watch the reunion because I'm a Love Island watcher. Been watching since season 1, so it's within my nature to watch the reunion. I think the most interesting thing is going to be the Casey and TT of it all.
Yeah.
The Sincere and Melanie situation, and Trinity checking Soul. She's going to do her big one with that. They're teeing up for it, and they alluded to it when she said she had a problem with what Soul, X, Y, and Z. And it's going to come off mean girlish and bullyish, but her fans are going to justify it.
Yeah.
Because they can't stand Soul. And Soul's going to get emotional at the I'm telling you what's getting ready to happen. And Soul's going to get emotional at the reunion. And it's going to have some people sympathizing with Soul, but then others saying she got what she deserved, Soulless deserved. That's what's going to happen. Because Soul has already apologized and said that she was wrong for her predictions regarding Bryce and Trinity. She wasn't wrong, by the way.
She wasn't wrong. Right.
No, she wasn't. But she already apologized for that and said that. However, they're going to give it to her at the reunion. They are going to give it to her good. And I would love for Soul to be the type to stand up and do what TT would do, shit. But we know she's not going to be able to do that. She's not going to be able to do that.
Well, I would hope she does, because she seems to be able to speak up for herself fine. And yeah, one question I'm gonna need somebody to ask is, who exactly wrote the song "You Might Have Big Titties, But I Have a Big Heart"? That they both knew to sing along with that shit. I need somebody to revisit that. Like, how did Melanie and Anaya? Yes. I've never heard that song before, but I have big titties, so maybe it's just a song "Little Titty Bitches" here. So I've never heard "You Have Big Titties, But I Have a Big Heart" song.
Wait a second. That was something. That is a reference from something. I don't know about song, but I think it was from like a show of some sort. I've heard that said before.
Well, somebody put it in the comments, because I've never heard it before, but I was a little shocked when they both knew the lyrics and joined in a circle in the kitchen, singing it in a circle like it was a Doja Cat song or some shit. I was like, because that would lend itself.
Melanie's big heart is what got her into the mess she's in.
Well, that would lend itself to Soul's thing about them being mean girls, because that's all you need to play right there. Soul was right. You're mean bitches, because why are you singing that song when the lady's been here for 5 minutes?
Yeah, I don't know. And they said Bryce was still talking about lip combos last night. Of course he's talking about. Of course,
he's going to talk about anything Nick talked about to try to be it on Nick's level.
Yeah, and gosh. Listen, I understand Nick and Olandria, they're allegedly no longer together. But
I love that you use that word.
This could not have come at a worse time, because I took pride in that relationship. I
Me
really
too.
did. As a Nicolandrian, as a Love Island fan and watcher, I took great pride in being able to say, well, they'll never be like my couple.
Yes.
And I was telling someone the other day, I said, God humbled me. Really humbled me.
Oh my God.
by this breakup announcement. Because I was talking cash shit.
I was feeling pretty high on a horse too, Trink, because I was just like, they would never. I would say it like that everywhere I went. I would be like, they would never. To people in my family that didn't understand. Oh my gosh, to anybody, they would never. And now I'm like,
I said, I don't know about the rest of them couples, but mine is okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, whatever. As long as my couple is good. Like,
that's hilarious.
Gosh.
Hilarious. Oh my goodness. But I did just want us to watch this podcast. It was good to see Ola having some fun. And like I said, I heard about this at least 3 weeks ago, and we were waiting on today. Like at the beginning of July-ish, they were like, oh, she's going to have a thing come out with him and da-da-da-da. So now we're 3 weeks later. The breakup happened. The podcast did not inquire about her and Nick at all, which is actually kind of refreshing because almost every interview they've ever had goes back to them together somehow, but they're individual people. And that's one thing I've always loved about being a VanCarthen is that they were always independently dependent, where they had their whole own thing going on. And then when they came together, they could depend on each other for the support and the love. You know what I'm saying? So I really appreciated that aspect of the relationship we got with the VanCarthens. And now we're on a lookout for the red carpet tonight with Olandria. And the Rice-Mins are on the ready with the Mugler. We think we're going to be getting blue, you guys. So
my favorite color.
And if it's a cobalt, a navy, a teal, a turquoise, a sky. I'm not sure which blue they're going to pull off.
Well, blue like royalty. Who knows? I mean, I'm excited to see what they do with her. They always execute perfectly. So there's that. And I've also been enjoying the side quest adventures of Ella and Nick during their the dossier grand trip that he took her on.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying that as well.
That was so cute because Ella ended up with a brand deal, you guys. She's in the dossier ads because Nick is like, we can all eat, including you, baby sister general. I thought that was so sweet.
And Ella is so beautiful.
She is.
She is so gorgeous. She reminds me aesthetically of Stassi Schroeder from the early years of Vanderpump Rules.
Fuck Stassi. She's a racist ass bitch. Fuck. And she had that chin added. Ella's chin is natural.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Stassi had a recessed. Stassi had a recessed chin. Stassi had a recessed chin. I'm surprised they gave her a show. Stassi filled out police reports. There was only one black cast member on Vanderpump Rules ever who got paid. Her name was Faith Stour. She was tormented and persecuted by Stassi, Kristen, Jax, and one other person. They filled out fake police reports. They would call the police to different bars in Hollywood and say, oh, there's this criminal here. And they would be describing the black castmate, you guys. And then she, and Faith had been in the service on top of it. And so they were reporting her as AWOL from the service. And it wasn't true. They were reporting that she had stole stuff and it wasn't true. And then Stassi wrote a book about it and doubled down in the book. And then, Lala Kent pulled a knife on her on set. And now Lala has a spinoff. Stassi has a spinoff. Kristen has a spinoff. And Faith Stour has remained blackballed in the Bravosphere world, et al. And these bitches are still on the rise. So fuck all them hoes. I'm telling you, Faith Stour, you guys go back and Google it. Stassi doesn't get shit from me. And plus her chin was recessed until 2019 when she paid to have it extended. Okay? So fuck Stassi.
Guys, Ariana couldn't stand Stassi and Kristen for the longest of times.
Because she had class and taste. She had class and taste.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ariana and Stassi and Kristen, they used to all go at it. So no, I don't think Ariana was a part of all of that mean girl weirdness.
Yeah, so that's but you're right. Ella does have classic, quintessential Americana type of beauty. Like I would give her more Christy Brinkley than Stassi Schroeder. You know what I mean? Because Christy Brinkley didn't have to go get her chin added.
Well, speaking about the brand deal for Ella and Nick, whatever, I'm not going to support the brand because if you notice, not one black person.
I saw that
so
too.
I'm not supporting that. I'm going to promise myself, no movies, no shows, nothing with any black people in there.
Yeah.
If there's none, I'm not going to support it.
Right.
Oh no, I wasn't.
Yeah, I'm not buying any. I totally peeped that too. Essence. I was like,
I
okay.
My own fragrances that I already have curated over these last few decades, and I'm just gonna stick to what I know. But I just thought it was cute that Ella was there, supporting him. She ended up getting a deal herself, and those girls. I would love to see Ella kind of get into that. If she wants to as well, because she has it. She could do it.
Yeah, they had a lack of melanin, but I did see one Asian lady, and they might count that short guy as a POC too, the one who was doing all the hip hop dancing. What's his name? Anyway, yeah, but they didn't have no black people for Shirley.
And I saw Lotto. Lotto was there in Saint Tropez. They were all in the club. Mm-hmm. And I said, that's so
That Chad guy was rapping about smoking crack. I was like, okay, now I'm not sure what kind of brand this is.
He was a character. He was definitely a character.
Yeah. He's giving Austin out of rehab. That's what he's doing.
Curves. Yeah, I enjoyed seeing that. I would love to see. I can't wait for Olandria to drop her next vlog. I feel like we're gonna get a vlog of her getting ready for the Times gala, that whole thing, and then I'm looking forward to her reality show because I don't know if you guys know this, but she told me directly on her Amazon Live that that's in the works, that she's working on that.
Yeah,
so,
I saw that Amazon Live, and I saw that response. That was from you?
Yes, that was.
Oh, okay. So the thing
I was like, "Are we? Yeah,
we need more of you. We need a show or something." And she was like, "Yeah, that's something in the works." Mm-hmm. Oh, nice.
Yeah. So she answered my question. I was very happy about that because, don't get me wrong, guys. I love the both of them. However, I would be lying if I said I didn't love Olandria more, and that's more so because I can relate to her as a black woman. Right. I went to HBCU. I'm the eldest of 5. I was in an international baccalaureate program in high school, just like she was. I was a cheerleader, just like she was. We just have so many commonalities. Yeah. I studied coding as well, just like she did initially. We just have, so I relate to her. So naturally, I am gonna.
So she gets you in the divorce. Is that what you're saying?
No. It is 80-20 custody. So she gets me the weekdays, Nick gets me on the weekend. Or he gets me on the holidays and summers.
Oh my goodness. Look, I'm definitely a VanCarthen through and through. I like both of them together. I love Olandria, period, point blank. And I'm just like, okay, if Nick pops out with somebody who's not Olandria, then I'm gonna see how much I love him then. You know what I'm saying? If that day comes where he pops out with somebody that's not her, we'll see how much my love flows then, because it might stop, is what the point is.
You know what would be in his best interest? And I feel like this is how, and I'm not saying this is going to happen, but let's be realist for a second, guys. Yeah. Because I love being delusional, but let's be real. I think he would let her announce or let something leak that she's in a relationship first before he put his on Front Street. Like, even if he, say a year from now, starts seeing someone else, he's gonna keep it super, super extra private until it leaks that she's seeing someone else first.
However, ladies, first of all, I doubt Nick is going to get into any type of relationship at this time or in the future, because he's so involved and focusing on his career as a DJ. He's gonna be in his reality show. What's it called again?
X. That already filmed. That actually, Destination X filmed in May, you guys. and it's over.
Already filmed?
It already filmed, and we're just waiting for it to come out. He already left on the bus and everything. It said that I looked it up.
Far because he came back home so quickly.
Right, he must not have made it very far because if you Google,
remember, he wants his main thing is to get into Dancing with the Stars. That's what he truly wants. He's trying to do that as well. He's doing so many things. No time for romance for him.
Yeah, that sounds accurate.
Look, but I'm still gonna need him.
About Olandria too.
I need his hands up when he still takes pictures with people. You know how he was so respectful. We would always see both his hands. Like I still need his hands like that.
He still does that. And one thing, ladies. Okay. Don't call me delusional. Don't call me crazy. But honestly, I really don't think they broke up. Really. I think it's just like, keeping it low, very low key. Remember Zendaya?
Yeah.
With her husband? How it was at one point they broke up rumors they broke up, right? Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they had broken up for real.
Who, Zendaya?
Yeah, Zendaya. There was a point in time where they had, because I'm a Tom Daya fan. They had broken up for real, and she had started seeing Jacob Elordi from Euphoria.
So you can't be on again, off again. And so my now husband, our anniversary was 7/7/7. We got married in 2007, and we had met in July 1996. And so we were on again, off again for we dated a year, broke up a year, dated 2 years, broke up 3 months, and then we finally got married in 2007. So you can be on again, off again.
Yeah, I agree. And you're not delusional for saying that you feel like they probably are just keeping it. I agree with you actually. And I think this is probably just to get all the media and hoopla off of their backs. So I'm not mad at it. And I'm gonna be honest, guys. The breakup didn't make me sad. It stung, but I was like, they're meant to be. I'm not gonna really stress myself about this. They are meant to be. So that's why I was like, I'm gonna watch this play out. They are too in sync and too connected for it to just have ended over whatever people were speculating. Like, no, this isn't happening. They'll be back around, and I don't mind them keeping it super extra private and not letting anyone into what they have going on. As long as they know what they have going on, then that's good enough. Like, I can appreciate how Tom and Zendaya didn't capitalize off of their wedding. You didn't see a Vogue shoot or a People's Magazine shoot with Tom and Zendaya and photos. They kept it private and intimate with their close family and friends. And we found out from La Roche that they got married. We didn't even know.
Exactly. And it's going to be the same for Nick and Ola. It's going to be the same thing. Because they invested too much time with each other, and if you see the way he always looked at her, you don't see that anywhere, especially with the season 8 cast members. I don't know. You don't see that. And what they have is so incredibly special. They can't lose that. And I remember they always said this. They said they cannot see themselves dating other people because of their fame now, and you're not quite sure why this person's with you, for the fame or for yourself. That's why they're so drawn to each other. And also the hate they both received, especially Ola, right? The most hate she received, they grew closer together because of that. They grew so closer together. So they are, I'm not going to be surprised when they announce, well, it won't be announced, they're not going to announce it, but you're going to see them husband and wife. I'm serious. It's there.
Look, there's a whole lot of us standing out for that. I wouldn't be surprised. But I also, it's actually, I feel like it's better to do on again, off again. Because while you're learning each other, it's never just smooth sailing all the way through. I don't know anybody who just met that person, never had an argument, and stayed with them. And even Olandria had mentioned before that they hadn't really even had an argument. She mentioned that in the interview before, they don't really argue. And so if they did in fact have an argument that led to this, they could just be learning a new aspect of their communication style because now they finally had an argument. You know what I mean? So
I agree.
Now wait, can you tell me again, how long was Zendaya and Tom broken up for? Do you remember?
I think it was like a year or maybe a little less than a year. It was around the time. Yeah, because they listen. I love this lore about them. They had broken up, right? Because you can. I'm sorry, I could see the arrogance in Tom, and I love Tom, but you could see it. It's the short man syndrome. And I'm pretty sure they had whatever their little argument, their little spat, and she ended up dating Jacob Elordi. And mind you, Zendaya's super private. Why was she prancing around New York of all places with Jacob Elordi, hugging him, kissing him, train rides together? They were booed up. And she knew, I have a feeling she knew Tom would see those photos. Oh no, I gotta get my woman. I'm telling you, it was crazy. Like, and being a part of that in real time, I was like, Zendaya is my type of chick. She knows what she's doing. Jacob is cute, yeah, but her heart is with Tom.
Yeah.
She's not even public about her relationships. So
but you kind of just have to make the most of it too.
Jacob was hilarious to me.
Yeah. And look, when you do show somebody that you have, that other people want you to, that's also a thing. Like, she had to let Tom know that, hey, you're not the only one out here chomping at the bit.
But a guy like Jacob, who is also foreign with the accent, he's ginormous, he's tall looking to them. And, and he's her co-star. So I'm sure was like, and do you know that they were saying that Tom started coming to the sets of Euphoria when him and Zendaya got back together?
He did not.
Yes, he was coming to the sets of Euphoria from time to time. She said, I love
cute.
when Tom shows up, and he would be just watching. He was talking about how cool it was to see her act out the character of Rue on set. So I was like, oh, that is so funny how that worked out.
Yeah, I want them. They need to be extremely private. Look what we did last time. We still aren't acting right. They'll need to be very private.
And then Miss Rosie, I agree. She said if they're both end up in New York at the same time, they're going to probably hook up. Of course. Olandria is not going to be, she's not the type of woman to sleep around town. Remember, she was single for 5 years before the show. She's not going to be doing that. I will go back to that old thing from time to time, too, if I want to. And we already know Nick is going to be down. So, whatever. They're going to have to, listen.
But what about the time Olandria was telling 404 and Confused in the villa that men notice her worth once she's already gone, but she doesn't double back?
Yeah, that sounds cute. She's going to make that. There's always exceptions to the rule for the one you love.
Yeah. I really do feel like they love each other. And it's not even past tense. And he said in the thing that they love each other and will always support each other. He didn't say loved. He said love each other and will always support each other. Yeah.
Oh, I'm telling you. And I agree with that comment. Someone said the minute Nick catches wind of a guy like being with or around Olandria is when he's gonna. Yeah, I agree. I could see him taking action of some sort. Like,
I could see him watching the damn the podcast we just did and having some feeling about that, because I'm telling you, Jesse and Olandria was a little flirty in this. I'm telling you.
I am hoping that Ella goes up to him and says, "Oh, look at this! Let's watch this, brother." I need Ella to do God's work right now.
Ella did mention on somebody's post, so they were like, "Oh, because Ella posted that video of when my brother thinks he told a joke and I just let him, and then she turns around and she's not really shaking her shoulders, laughing." And then
yes, I saw that.
Yeah, and then somebody else posted, "This is how we feel," and then Ella posted, "He's smiling through the pain, you guys."
We know.
Oh.
We know. Oh. And tonight is going to be our first time really seeing her like live, walking the carpet.
Right.
And I'm excited to see how she moves post breakup rumors.
I kind of feel like the orange photos we got. Did anybody feel like there was a new edge on her? I do.
Yes.
I did. Okay.
Yes. And those photos are some of her best work. I enjoyed the look she was giving me. I enjoyed the side leg buttocks action she was giving. I enjoyed that. She looked so good. Nick had to go from his DJ page and like that photo. Those photos. I thought, and you know what's interesting? Guys, because when I first saw, I have 2 Instagram accounts. I have my spam Instagram and then
Picture
I have my
4.
actual Instagram.
Yeah.
I follow Nick and all of his pages on my main Instagram, but on my spam, I don't really follow anyone for real.
Yeah.
So I saw it on my spam, those photos of her, and I was like, oh wow, everyone was saying Nick liked it. And I was looking, I said, I can't see his likes in here. And then when I went onto my main and looked, I said, oh, you have to follow him in order to see that he liked her photo. Because when you type it into the search, if you're not following him, you can't see it. And I was like, oh, he liked it from his Nick Van's DJ Instagram account. That was so funny to me.
That is cute.
And he still follows her from all of his accounts.
Yeah, she does too for him.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay. They had an argument. They're going to have some makeup loving. And then even when they get back together, they're going to keep it very private. And then we'll know when they get back together. You know why? Because Nick has a big mouth.
Yeah, something will happen. He'll be so glad that he'll want to share the joy with us. And Olandria will be like, damn, I was having peace. But she hasn't been having peace, you guys. People are still hating on Olandria right now today, post-breakup, because of him, because of not him. They're even putting up things that, oh, she had so many brand deals that she's greedy for taking all the brand deals that she had, and she's not leaving anything for the core 4. Have you heard that bullshit?
Wait, someone said that?
Yeah, let me
that
see.
She's
I have
being
a picture.
Greedy?
Yes. Let me see.
Well, no, how about you tell your damn core 4 to step their cookies up? Shit, what do they want Olandria to do?
Yeah.
She has a penthouse to pay for and renovations that got to be made. And family.
They're
what
crazy.
What do they want her to do? Yeah, she has to get her coin. And it doesn't matter. The core 4, now listen, I'm going to be real. Kata is freaking gorgeous when she keeps her mouth shut. I say that because her voice, not because of necessarily what she says, but her voice is like nails on a chalkboard to me. But that girl is gorgeous. I could see her getting big modeling contracts if she puts her best foot forward. But I'm hoping that after the reunion, she has some things lined up for herself and she goes full force, because I can see her being a model, walking in shows, doing the whole thing. If she wants to.
You got it, Daddy.
Them are kind of boring to me. They're blasé. Melanie already has been in campaigns.
I'm out of there if you want to go in there.
Model, so yeah, I don't think her personality is that great either, but I do like her aesthetic. I think she's a beautiful girl as well. So I'm not gonna take that from her.
Yeah, like her legs are long enough to just go straight to a runway. And same with Trinity. But I don't care about either of them to follow what they do.
Trinity is a pretty girl. She's pretty. But what I mean about Kata is she has a certain aesthetic and look. Like with Olandria. Shelly is pretty. Olandria has it. It was something different. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Her face is something different. It just is very striking. And that's what I mean when it comes to Kata and Trinity. Trinity is pretty, but Kata is striking to me. So, as far as looks are concerned, but I can really see her getting into that model bag if she wants to, and just shut her damn mouth. Godly, don't put her in a commercial. Brand deals, if you're listening, do not put this girl in that voice of hers is craziness. She needs to lay off of the vaping. Because apparently she does that. And she needs to lay off of it. I agree. It has to be a strong work ethic. Chat, I see someone's put that. I don't know if their work ethic is strong enough. Again, lately, all I've been seeing is Trinity being up under that 30-year-old. I haven't really seen her do anything. I mean, even Anaya has gone and taken photos and dropped a carousel of stiff photos, but she did it. She's the only Islander who I've seen do anything like that. I haven't seen any of the other Islanders really. And I will be honest, I do feel like Anaya could She signed with Gersh, right, guys? I think
she signed with Amanda. I just unfollowed Amanda today. And then I was like, damn, I should have stayed following her because her account, she had it private. And since I had followed her ever since Olandria had her. And then I saw she was doing Anaya. And I was just... Amanda Nato. Remember Olandria's first manager? So when Olandria first got out of the thing, she took a month and made a team. The manager, she had interviewed 18 people to be her manager. And she went with...
Amanda was Olandria's first manager?
Yeah. And then Amanda went to Gersh. And I don't know that Olandria did not go to Gersh. But
no, she went from DBA to UTA.
Right. And so when Amanda went from DBA to Gersh, Olandria stayed. And Amanda now under Gersh has Anaya and that body matcha dude, June.
Oh, she's not going to be able to replicate or duplicate Olandria's.
Oh, never.
Guys, that's what listen, I thought I was delusional. When Anaya dropped those
pictures and they look so much like Olandria's covered, yep.
I was like, is this like a poor man's version of Olandria's? I was trying to figure it out. And I thought I was tripping. I'm like, no, maybe I just have my Olandria rose-colored glasses on and I'm looking at everything from that POV. But no, I'm not crazy. Okay, that's what they're trying to do. It's not going to work. Anaya is not likable. I'm going to go ahead and say it. She's not likable. Damn it. It's nothing against her. Nothing against her. It's just, I don't see it. I do hope she gets her brand deals and her contracts and that she's able to make her own money. I'm not hating on that. Same with Trinity. I hope Trinity gets her brand deals and contracts. This is not a token Black woman thing. Anybody can go out there and get it if they want to bad enough. Olandria is the it girl because she worked hard for it. The rest of the girls after her season of the villa wanted to go and lay up under men all day, and she wanted to get to her bag. So if those ladies want it bad enough and they put forth, their best foot, they can go and do it too. And I can honestly see Bryce encouraging Trinity to go out there and get it. I can see him because he's older, he's established, he's already done his thing in that world. I could see him saying, no, go take that opportunity. I'll be here when you get back. Like, no, go do this. I can see him really putting that positive influence on her in that way, even if not as a boyfriend, as a friend, if nothing else. Her DMs are closed, but I saw that too. She said her DMs are closed. I think she made it a point to say that because of that whole scandal that dropped with her alleged ex, dropping all those receipts about her.
Oh, okay. So I was following, what's his name? Marcus. His name Marcus? Mm-hmm. So, but now his account's gone, you guys. And he had made one more post. He did another post after those other posts, and he deleted some and left some. But now his whole account's gone.
Yeah, it was probably for the best. It was in poor taste for him to expose all of that, in my opinion. It wasn't. Now, I can understand he felt hurt, but apparently they were already broken up. So what did he want from her? She's 22. I've been 22 before. I've dumped a guy and was on a date with another one that next day or week, whatever. It's what is? I didn't know what he wanted from her after that. Now she was. For me,
let me say, I think that I don't think they were broke up. I think what the text said was, I'm going to try to get this. Don't have a feeling about it. If you do have a feeling about it, it's up to you if you want to still be with me when I come back, because I want to still be with you because I love you so much and I'm just trying to go get this money. That's what I took it to mean.
That's another way of looking at it, Curves. I didn't think about it that way.
And then her sister was like, oh, he used to be a woman beater. That's one of the last things he came out with was like, I was never a woman beater. Like, so just like Why you got to go to the umpteenth degree to try to disparage him because he has text messages about what the fuck your sister said? You know what I mean?
That man was not beating on that woman because anyway, she was into it. She was into him. She
definitely
kissing all up on him, texting those. For her to even feel the need to explain all of that and to still keep that door open. She did keep the door open now because she was like, I think a part of it was like her saying, because I still love you or whatever.
Yeah.
She still was basically, So she was like, I'm going on the show. I don't think she thought, it was like he was her backup plan. Like, okay, I'm going on this show, but if I don't win this, I come back home, me and you can pick up where we left off type of deal.
Right.
But she won big time. She roped herself into this relationship with this man, and now she has to go along with the program now.
Right, and now she has to play it out.
Yeah, she can't come back to him. Now, he was supposed to play, but he didn't play his position properly.
Right, that's the thing.
He was supposed to chill out on all of that right there. Now she's never coming back to you, dude.
Yeah, he might have blew his big one.
Yeah, so she's not gonna come back to him ever. I think she would have had he not dropped all of that stuff that he did, cause and I think he's the only ex that did that. Nobody else did it. He was the only one.
Well, he's the only one that did it. All the Carl's ex came out, Bryce's ex came out. Somebody posted a picture of Zach with his first boyfriend. So they said that Kata was the New Hampshire Reaper. I mean, everybody had somebody come out of the woodwork pretty much.
Wait a second. They had a picture of Zach with a boyfriend?
You didn't see those things talking about this was who Zach left to go to the island, and it was somebody who looked like a knockoff Bryce. You didn't see that?
Wait, so they were hugged up for real? Like what?
They were walking and holding hands.
Oh.
He was holding hands with the blonde guy on a beach. And they were like,
Bryce was his type. I knew it.
They were like, this is who Zach left back home. And it was a Bryce knockoff. You guys didn't see that?
But Mike, no, I didn't see that. But what I will say is, Zach, be honest with Kata. Maybe he was honest with her and we didn't get to see it. But I would love for him to be honest if he hasn't been and tell her, like, I'm bi.
Now, the thing with Bryce and Zach is, Bryce is the one that asked for a girth check, you guys. To me, Bryce is over Zach with the amount of gayism that he showed. Because he's the one running around showing his peen pocket to people. He's the one asking for follow-up conversations. He was the one that was allowing himself to, you know what I mean? Like, he was open to everything. And he's older than Zach. So to me, Bryce is at least equally, if not more so, in my opinion, because of those things. But people were trying to be like, oh, Zach is the problem. Bryce is just going with it. No, Bryce is the one that put his junk on the table. It's weird. Is it L? I don't know.
Well, but that Hollywood world, they're all like that. They all mess around with each other, especially in the model industry. That's like a thing. That's just and it's actually normal. That's not so. It's not abnormal for him to say, "Let's do because in Bryce's world, everyone does that. They're fluid. They're very fluid and free. So that's not surprising to me that he was the one who initiated that. And I think that's why Zach latched on to him, because he felt like he could be his true self around Bryce without being possibly judged. Because do you honestly think he's going to go and Sincere or Casey or Corbin or who? None of them are going to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, he did try touching Casey a couple of times, and Casey was not having it.
No, KC not going to play that. Not only he's a black Muslim man. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You better get away from him with that. And there's not, and there's nothing, be who you are, Bryce, but or whatever your name, Zach. And the thing with
respect my boundaries, bro. Like, he doesn't even have to be homo anything. That's just respect my boundaries.
When was this?
You didn't see that Bryce had tickled Casey that time, and Casey was like not okay with it.
Oh my
Good for him. I didn't see that. Good.
Yeah. He was not. He was trying to tickle Casey's stomach, and Casey was like, "Get on for me with that," you know? I do not want to be in your reindeer games, bruv. Yeah, the knockoff Bryce is a knockoff Nick. Yes. VanCarthens are in games. You agree? Still together. Low key, you think Nick and Ola are on a break? Yeah, we do too.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're on a break. They're gonna link up with each other whenever they're in the same city again, and connect that way. And I don't think their families are gonna let it go so easily either. Nick's dad, especially, Papa Belgium, he's not gonna.
Yeah, since he helped her in the beginning with her finances, get everything together. You know, like she said in that podcast interview with that lady, Cyrus's mother. What's her name? That
Trish Cyrus.
Right. She mentioned, Ola mentioned that how Nick's father was very helpful with everything, you know. So yeah, a lot was invested, a lot. So they didn't, like I said, they didn't break up really. They just, you know, trying to keep it really low, keep it really private. And if you read this content creator was reading the lines between Nick's post of their breakup. Like he just said the rumors are true. He didn't like spell it out. The breakup rumors are true. He didn't say that. Did he say that? I remember seeing that in his statement.
Let's see, I have it.
Yeah, look at the statement again. Yeah, look at it. Let's just analyze the statement.
Rumors are true, but we will always love each other and support each other. We ask for privacy during this sensitive time or something, he said.
Yeah,
pull it up, Curves. Let's analyze, because he didn't say breakup rumors. He didn't say loved past tense. There's a lot.
Let me get to the picture. Rumors. Rumors.
He just said the rumors are true. So which rumors, Nick? Who knows? There's so many rumors out there. It could have been anything.
He's just trying to maybe rage bait whatever, because one thing for sure, Nick is a very intelligent man, and he chooses his words carefully, especially when it comes to writing as well.
But for him to say these things, because if you use the context clues.
But he also said he told us because he cared and wanted us to know.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, maybe that is true, because.
Well, when he said to my Nicolandria community, that's him speaking directly to Nicolandrians.
Here, this is what I have. The rumors are true. I don't want to give people false hope. So I want to clear the air. We'll always continue to love each other, always. Sensitive, private subject. Thank you for our privacy, or something it said. So the rumors are true. Don't want to give us false hope. And he had to say that because we had all just left his show. We had a watch party for the show. His next DJ set, remember?
Wait, rumors with an S.
Yeah.
Why didn't say the breakup rumor? The breakup rumor is true, but he didn't say break up anywhere.
Yeah, right. But he was talking. The rumors are true, and then when you look at his like one of his recent threads when he said the Nico shits or the meatballs. You see what I mean? Like he
did just say that.
So now he is only speaking to his supporters as opposed to the Nicolandria community. So this was his last statement to, and now from here on, I think we're going to be seeing more of, like when he's speaking to a community, he's going to be referencing his community name. Which is I didn't even have a Nico shit. I thought it was.
Well, Nico shits is what he calls the haters, like the Noras and the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then so those are the haters, and the meatballs are the people who loves him.
Yeah. So now he's speaking directly. So, and then we're gonna probably see Olandria saying to my Ola dolls. So, and that's okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's what the haters call us, is Nico shits. Look, I don't know nothing about shit. Oh, on X, look, I don't go over to the toxic place of Sledge over there. No effects. Uh-oh, where'd it go? There we go. Yeah. Nico shits. Ola hasn't used the Nicolandria name for a long time now. Yeah, she's been using Ola dolls forever, actually, now that you bring that up. She hasn't called us Nicolandrians. She has been identifying us separately from Nick, now that you bring it up. So I wonder, you guys, does this mean that mom and dad have been fighting for a while?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, shit.
She was just, they were just celebrating her birthday together, and they looked pretty in sync to me.
They looked very in sync and happy. That's why I don't understand. But like I said, I've gone to sleep on Saturday after great sex, stayed up all night, finished each other's sentences, talked about dreams in the future, and by Wednesday, we had an argument, broke up. You know what I mean? And
listen, my girl was trying to get laid in Dallas, and all these plans, got canceled. So she was, irritated and sexually frustrated. Whatever. I understand her. And then I don't know what because mind you guys, he was only going to be in Dallas for 12 hours, if that, because he had to go.
Yeah, I saw that.
Out to Ibiza didn't he have to leave right away?
Hey, French. Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. So, okay, so we were on watch. He was supposed to be in Dallas for the day club. Everybody was there. We were, her sisters were having lives. Remember? The lives went viral because they were cussing, and Miss Felicia was like, you guys cuss too much. And that was actually, oh my God. I've been a Nicolandria VanCarthen for a year. I never got no like from Nick or Ola on shit. That was the first time that Nick came back through my shit and left a comment or a like, was because of the post that I did, the repost that I did from that live on that weekend when Miss Felicia was down in the comments talking about him cussing. And little did I know it would be the first and the last. But I was wondering, was he entertaining taking a $26,000 private jet because it was under duress? Like he was like, oh, I got to get to her or else it's over.
Yep.
That's what I'm starting to wonder now.
I don't think she told him that. I think it was unspoken between them, to where you just know when your partner is off.
Yeah.
You know when something's off. And I think it was kind of known that, okay, we really kind of need to see each other. Imagine being that deep into your relationship and you're only getting to see your partner once, maybe twice a month. That's hard.
It's very hard.
Yeah. So, not saying they have to be attached at the hip 24/7, but when you're in a new relationship, they were within the first year of their relationship, and they weren't able to really be in the same place as often as I'm sure they would have liked.
But I feel like they did have a lot of intimacy. I mean, who's in a relationship? Who in the chat right now is in a relationship with your dude, your girl, and you guys share each other's calendars? That's practically like having somebody's password. Who's doing that these days? They were doing it. So they had a layer of intimacy in their relationship.
Remember, it was Nick who initiated it.
Yes. And
I remember that live when he was like, share your calendar. I keep telling you to share your calendar with me so that we can, because he was calling her busy girl. He said, you're such a busy girl.
Yeah.
And, that was a buzzy live, and he looked so good, and she did too. And they were flirting in front of us. It was cute. And
absence does make the heart grow fonder. There are a lot of, Cheryl Lee Roth. She's an actress, old school. Her and her dude, her and her now husband don't live. They share separate households. Frida, the artist, the lady with the unibrow, and her revolutionary husband artist dude, what was his name? Anyway, they had
about Frida Cola?
Yes. And her dude, they had separate houses, and so there are a lot of progressive love stories that don't have to be up under each other. And I, as a previous member of CODA, the codependent support group, the people that can't not be around somebody, that's CODA. That is very CODA. But in this life, we have to learn how to exist in ourselves, by ourselves, from ourselves. That's part of the journey, right? Know thyself, right? So
I think Olandria has mastered that. Actually.
Right, exactly. Because she took those 5 years. We know her story. Not only did she come from her origin story is why she's so powerful. Also, people don't have that origin story. Her origin story of teenage love and a sex act that got a child out of wedlock to high schoolers, and then her taking that information and processing it as her young self that gave her posture so straight, and her inner glow, and her own personal knowing that she was going to not be that she was going to be something more than that she was going to show her parents that wasn't a problem. Like, yeah, it might have been a mistake, but I'm not a problem. I'm going to be the solution to what started a problem. You know what I'm saying? And just like for her to take that and live from that with no fame. This is pre-Olandria. This is pre the one-word woman that we have today. This is pre-Olandria. She was living like that. You know what I'm saying? And she was existing and she was moving like that. And no, she didn't have all the money to go to college, but she got through college. And now she can tell you, as a person who might not have the money to go through college, how you can do it too. She could tell you how to be number one and go from coding. Oh, fuck coding. Let me go to sales. Here's how you do sales. So she shows a pivot. Also, there's like her personality demonstrates you don't cower, and when something doesn't go right, you pivot. You know what I'm saying? And it's in that pivot that her proclamation of greatness has come across, to me personally anyway, and to the masses. And then for her to take that and not just want it for herself, you guys. What does she do with it immediately? She immediately turns around to the place she just left and is like, oh, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what you can do too. Come on, let's all do it together. There's enough. She doesn't speak from lack. You know what I mean? She's just so exemplary in the way that she lives and moves. And it's not like she's putting on, because she's been being this way. And now she's Olandria, the biggest O, right? She's the biggest O. And we happen to see her become that in the last year, but she was already that, you guys. And these brand deals and things that she's getting, I feel, are, preparation is key for all of us, right? So her preparation of her knowing herself, of her loving herself in spite of her origin story that others could take and try to weaponize, or her taking the love stories that didn't go so right and trying again in front of everybody for entertainment, knowing that her ultra-native melanin was going to come with some backlash, and still working through that. And then ending up with the white man. The only part of the interview that we listened to earlier with Questlove, where they did even make a reference to Nick without saying his name, was when they said, what's one thing you wish that people thought different of you, or something like that. And she said that she's a self-loathing in her race.
Low racial self-esteem.
Yes,
yeah.
Low racial self-esteem, because she was dating this white man. And she didn't even have to say that part. But it was like implied with the low racial self-esteem because of Nick, basically. But they didn't say his name. And so that
I
was...
I loved how Quest said, and she said something back to this, when he was like, well, everyone has low self-esteem and this and that. She said, no, not me. I'm very confident. She said, I used to have low self-esteem, but I'm a confident person, a confident woman now.
Right.
And I want other women to look at my confidence and learn from that.
Right.
I really appreciated how she made that clear. Like, yeah, that may have been me years ago when I was a child, but as a woman, I'm very confident.
Right.
Yeah, I like that she made that clear too.
Yes, and there is a clarity that is the biggest O, you know? So if they're broke up, she hasn't said it yet, but why should she have to? She shouldn't have to, should she? We're gonna see how she's moving, and we're gonna see her tonight in blue. We should make bets on which blue it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be a light blue. I, for some reason, don't think it's gonna be a light blue. Can somebody tell me our light blue's in right now? Because whatever's the fashion is gonna be what it is. But I feel like it's gonna be like something cobalty, tealy, but it is still summerish. So is that on the schedule for the colors right now? And it's Mougliere. Does anybody have an idea of what it could be? Yes,
Oh,
Tracy
I
says.
gotta look. Let me see.
Tracy says the way she moved coming out of the villa is legendary. It is, right? I made a whole video about that too. You guys should check it on both these platforms, YouTube and on. It's not down there. It's not in the glove compartment. Oh.
I'll look, but I don't know where it is. I got the title for my car and their car. I don't know where the Jeep is.
Oh, okay. We'll see. Oh, you think it's gonna be cobalt or royal blue? It's gonna be like a purple blue? I don't know. But yeah, the way she left the villa is legendary. There's only been one other person who was able to capitalize. The lady's name was Molly May, circa 2019. And it took her years to do what has happened with Olandria's post run.
I feel like Maura Higgins has been capitalizing too.
Yes, Maura has she.
Yeah, because she was on the same season as Molly May. She was the Molly is the most successful out of all of them. Maura had a run too. Like Maura and her both were like the big names out of that season.
Right.
And Molly is I think she's come out with her own like home decor line and stuff. She's come out with so much stuff. She had a special on Amazon Prime. As well, like a reality show special, and it was nice. It was cute. I don't think she's gonna get a season 2 because she's boring.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really hoping that Olandria gets that Netflix deal, which I feel like could happen. And we see, even if it's just 8 episodes of
that would be cute.
Olandria's reality TV show. I really want to see what she does with that.
Now you're a professional islander. You're a professional islander. How many post-villa reality spinoffs have there been as a result of somebody on an island?
Let me think. As far as like what I just said regarding Molly, like how she had her own reality, she was the first one to do it.
Ooh.
She's the first one to have her own reality show in all of Love Island history international. She's the first to do it.
Nice.
To have her very own show just following her life. So yeah, no other islander has even come close to what Molly has done apart from Olandria. That's why Olandria is such a huge deal, because she's the first of the US franchise to reach the Molly May and actually surpass the Molly May status. So,
okay, can you tell us more about that? Because I'm a first-time Islander season 7. And I came in because they were like, oh, Larja, stop watching that silly Housewives. I can't believe you waste your time watching those silly Housewives. And and plus they were triggering me really, really bad. So I'm like, okay, let me go over to the island. I dropped in around episode 7, and decided to backwatch. And I usually don't backwatch anything. And I broke my rule and I backwatched, and I was all in, right? So then I get off the island, and I'm thinking what Olandria is doing is like, oh, this is apropos. Like, this is what always is about to happen, right? And as it turns out, no, this is a very, 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 very lightning in a bottle, one-off type situation, right?
So honestly, with the U.S., season 1 of the U.S. snooze fest. Season 2 better, but season 3 amazing of the U.S. Like they had good seasons, but not great seasons. What really catapulted the U.S. Love Island was season 6 and the PPG girls, specifically Serena in the doc scene with Cordell. Mind you, I already had been watching it. But when I first saw season 6 cast, I had a feeling there was going to be something different, especially when I saw the dynamic between Leah and Serena. Janae came later on into the friend group of it all. She was friendly with them, but Serena and Leah started off super close at first. They were the two. And I was like, wow, I really like their relationship. I like how Leah isn't like, you know, acting like white girl privilege type of deal. Like you could tell she was like down. I liked her. So with that being said, I was like, this season is a little different. And the way Cordell was with her, that's what catapulted US to have more views than the UK. Because for the longest of time, the UK version was the most popular. Even here in the US, they were getting the most streams, most views, everything. But season 6 USA started getting much more like viewership. So that's what took that to the next level. And then when you bring in the season 7 cast and you get someone like Olandria, you're like, oh wow, okay. And that's kind of what happened. Because season 5 of Love Island USA is actually a good season too, but that's what got people interested. So what got people interested was season 5. What made people pay attention was season 6. What took them to a different level was season 7.
Exactly.
And then you got season 8 coming in their flop.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not me. That was going to be my other thing.
Season 5 was diabolical because you had the YNs on season 5 of USA. You had Keenan, I forgot that other guy's name, but you had him going off on Sarah Hyland. And you don't do that with a host, so that was new. Everyone was like, whoa, hold on, what's up with this season?
Yeah.
Now he's snapping at Sarah, and then that was her last season hosting, actually. And then you got Keenan and the way he did KK, and KK leaving the island with him. That was crazy. Like, it was, that season 5 was like, okay, we're noticing. Like, now we're noticing USA.
Yeah.
And then season 6 was like, oh my freaking gosh, Serena is amazing for how she is going in on Cordell, and he's so cute for sticking with her. Like, and by the way, I did not like Miguel at one point in season 6.
Oh, really?
I did not like how I didn't like what he had to say in regards to Serena when she was going off on Cordell. But it was just certain things that, and then I think what didn't resonate in season was it 7? Yeah. When Houdini was going off on Jeremiah, people were like, well, Serena did the same thing. No. You couldn't compare the two. Because with Houdini and Jeremiah, that was within like the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
With Serena and Cordell, that was after Casa. That means they had already had weeks of whatever. And they had it like she was a slow burn. You see this beautiful girl who said she's a slow burn. You see her slowly opening up to this kind of dorky but cute guy. They share very intimate moments in the bedroom, not smecks, but intimate moments. And that's what she was like, we were pretty effing physical right before you went to Casa. So yeah, hers was just justified. And then you got PPG. And what they created, their bond was so beautiful to watch as well, and how they stood up for each other. How Serena said, "Oh no, gang up on Leah," and then how you have Leah saying, "Oh please don't act, you're acting white woman scared, Kayla." Like you have these little things, and then you have Janae. Like what I'm saying is, you had so many things in season 7, and how those girls were about each other, where you couldn't help but love it.
Yeah.
So. You get to the season after with Shelly and them, and it's disturbing to see someone like Olandria exhibit the loyalty that season 6 girls had, but she's on the wrong season. You have the season 7 girls who are back. So that's why Olandria was catapulted. Because I can guarantee, had Olandria gone, because remember, she was offered 3 times to go on Love Island, and she took the 3rd opportunity.
Right.
And she was offered to go on season 5. and didn't go. That was a good season. She was offered season 6, didn't go. That was an amazing season. So she went on to season 7 and made that season worth watching.
Right.
So Olandria was always destined in some capacity to be within that Love Island sphere in some way. Mm-hmm. They were trying to bring her on as a bombshell in season 6, so I'm glad she didn't go on, because we all know that would have been for Cordell.
Oh my gosh.
She was meant to be a bombshell on season 6, and I feel like they would have tried to use her to break up the Serena and Cordell, because they were a very steady couple for most of season 6.
Yeah.
Much how I feel like they brought Soul on for KC to break that up, but when KC didn't take the bait of it, they paid him back for that. He had to suffer for that, which is why production went out of their way to edit things the way they did and to make KC seem worse than what he was.
I appreciate that touchstone, because I was wondering what the fuck did he do to get on somebody's bad side in production to go from turning grandmas and giving haircuts to underprivileged kids all the way to being like, excommunicado, number one freaking perpetrator of the season. And I'm like, wait.
But I do want to tell you this, though, Curves. This is not the first time they've done it. That's why I was able to recognize when they were doing it to Casey. They've done it so many times. They did it with Leah from season 6. Leah was supposed to... Okay, so Rob was their golden boy. That was production's golden boy, because Rob was a casa boy on season 5. So he already had built a rapport with production in Love Island. They loved Rob. So they brought him back on season 6 and made him the main cast member. And they brought him in, him and Leah. So they already have an idea of who is supposed to match up with who.
Right.
He and Leah were supposed to match up, and not only match up, but stay till the end and win that thing. Rob was he was the chosen one to win in season 6. When that didn't work out, and Leah did him the way she, when she was like, F this, I'm done, I'm not gonna, all of that. That's when they tried to make Leah public enemy number 1. But the fans caught on to that. And that's why Leah, to this day, she had certain things in place when it came to production. Like when Leah did Beyond the Villa, she said the only way I'll do Beyond the Villa is if you guys make sure this person, and this person from production are not involved in it.
Oh, nice.
And that's what they did, because they wanted her, because she was a big face of season 6.
Yeah.
But they tried to do the same thing with Leah. The reason it didn't work with Leah is because she's a white adjacent woman.
Yes.
Although she's not white, and she'll tell anybody I'm not white, she takes a lot of pride in her Persian heritage. Mm-hmm. She's so quick to say that. Mm-hmm. But she is white adjacent.
Thanks for coming, Essence. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and KC is not. So it's easier, and people are more comfortable, as TT said, persecuting KC as opposed to Leah, even though they got very similar treatments.
Yes.
In regards to production on the show. They really did. I remember season 6, I said, how much more are they going to do to make this girl pay for not choosing Rob? How much more are they going to do to her? You could visibly see Leah breaking down and being on her last thread in that villa. She even said in later interviews, I was going to, because they had the counselors or whatever on set. She said I was going to see them like three or four times
Tracy
a day,
says,
every day.
You have to watch Love Island USA 5 and 6
Serena,
to see the pattern
like she was really...
and the format of the show. When you watch 7 and 8, you see the turn and pivot from the original format. And I thought I didn't watch season 5 or 6. I dropped in season 7. I tormented myself with season 8. I feel like canceling Peacock before season 9 starts. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's getting worse, not better. I really don't like being triggered for entertainment. I start feeling like, is this entertainment or government psyop? You know what I'm saying? So,
of how these girls are talking to him.
Yeah.
I really would. Certain things were uncalled for.
And onward and upward for Olandria, her relationship ran its course. We wish Nick good fortune and much success in the future. Olandria is on a galaxy run. We haven't seen yet what God has for her. Exactly. She's in Romans 4-8 so far, and that's all about faith and the rewards of faith and being God's chosen one. Yes. Because he was doing him and Aaron, they were doing the most that season. She is definitely on a spiritual journey.
Season 6 is worth watching.
So we're on the panel right now. Thanks for coming through the Logic Curves. Make sure you smash the like button, smash the subscribe button.
If you find yourself not being able to like find anything interesting on TV, go back and watch Are You the One?
Is it scripted?
No. Reality show.
Okay, what's it?
It no longer airs. Mm-hmm. It is bananas. Absolute bananas. That show, you have some people from that show who are still married to this day, have kids, the whole nine.
No way.
That show, people think Love Island is bad. They think Love Island is mean girls and bullies. Watch Are You the One?
Oh, look, they're like, Ink says, Are You the One was my heart.
Yes. Oh, that was gold.
What series? What network?
I think you can find it on Paramount Plus. Okay. I don't know if Netflix is streaming it anymore. They were streaming it, because it's not on air anymore. Let me hold on one sec. I'm gonna check for.
Right on. So thanks for coming through to LRGA Curves today, you guys. Make sure you're smashing the screen, smashing the like button. You guys can share this out. I hope you guys did some daily heart me's to keep us in the algo. And right now we have Trink up, and we were talking about and doing a reaction to Olandria's podcast. Right on. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen, and theys and we's and us's and I's. So we were listening to the Questlove podcast called Your Move Next or something like that. And then he plays a game or games with the panelists while he's doing like questions with them. So he had Jesse Williams on, and he had, who else did he have? Jordan Childs, the Olympian. Jesse Williams is an actor and activist. And then, of course, he had Olandria. And as it turns out, you guys, Olandria is high-key competitive, you guys. The highest key, okay? I don't know if that's a F minor or major. I'm not sure if that's the highest one, but if the highest key is how competitive Olandria is, okay? And she's like, I don't lose. So they played the finger game. She didn't lose. And then they played Uno, and she didn't lose. And then they was talking stuff the whole time. It was hilarious. It was a cute little podcast. And so we were talking about that. And now we've gone from that to this season to that season. We've talked about mourning the loss of freaking VanCarthens. And we just put 2 and 8 together that, you know, actually in Nick's most recent post here, let me see if I have it for us. Because, you know, I like to be able to show you guys what the fuck I'm talking about. And to think it all started because of that damn source on People. Yeah.
I'm still wondering who
the fucking source was.
Yeah.
That's how we feel about it. Okay. Yeah. We all feel that way about it. And then Dumois did their shit. Okay.
F them. Ugh.
Right.
I blocked them after that. I'm so over them.
Right. Have I ever done radio?
I was just saying that it reminds me like you were talking like a radio host just now.
Oh, that's hilarious. No, I have never done radio. Never. I should. Let's go. A podcast is kind of radio, huh? I still haven't done that either. But this is also what people had posted. I'm showing the people on YouTube what's been happening as far as the story for the Olandria and Nick breakup, because I owed it to them. And we haven't really done the timeline over here. So, okay, so people said that they had a source confirm that Nick and Ola broke up. And we were like, source? They're the source, bitch. What are you talking about? I was on one. I was like, no. We're going to only take it from our faves, because people also said that Ryan Destiny and Keith Powers had broke up. And they also said that Pink and her husband broke up, to which Pink did a whole video talking about, well, do my kids know? Like, you going to tell them or should I? Because it wasn't true, right? So then, and it's all on the heels of, they were supposed to be in Dallas, and they were in Dallas. Olandria, her sisters drove from Alabama, and it was going to be their first time in a year meeting Nick, and they were driving to a show in Dallas. And then Olandria posted something about a smear campaign, right? And she's like, another unsuccessful smear campaign and multiple hate trains. Better luck next time, right? And then she posts Bible verses, which happen to be Romans 5 and 12. 4 and 5. 4 is about faith, and 5 is about the rewards of faith, okay? So then, Nick ended up ultimately in Spain, while her sisters were in the pool in Dallas. Everybody's waiting on Nick to get there. But he was in New York, where the fires from Canada, the smoke, the reason that old boy just did some tariffs on them is because smoke from wildfires, wild is the word that you should pay attention to in the sentence. Wildfires. And so the smoke from that was causing him to have already been in the airport for 24 hours in an airport and on a plane, okay? He was all on his way to Dallas. He kept showing, he was with the snaps. He had all the Snapchats going. He was at gate 77. I was like, oh, that's a good number, That's a good number. Hey, he's on his way. Everybody's like, damn, the flight got canceled. And then he's like, Zeus really tried to nerf me with lightning. Hades tried nerfing me with the fires in Canada. They thought they could cancel my flight. Okay? And did. Okay? So he had just gone from trying to get there. What's this? Is this the one? And even said that he sent a request for a booking for a private jet, and it was going to be $26,000, but the people never got back to him. So he was considering it like that, right? Somebody dropped in, Baby Babe Boss Mom said, I would have offered up my husband to fly you. He has a small plane. He just flew himself back from Alabama to Boston yesterday, but he probably wouldn't get you there in time. And Nick said, that's sweet. Thank you. Okay. And then he said he apologized to everyone, because by that time, all the Dallas crowd had been down to the hotel it was this hotel and club in Dallas. It looked very shishi tata. Look at that venue. Isn't that nice? Look at that.
Yeah,
that was going to be
nice venue.
Wasn't that nice? Yeah. I was like, hey, we were already in the vibes. Okay. So then he posted, where were we, people? Was it, damn it, Leah. Okay, was it this one? So then even Neefers, the guy who's in the rap with her and everything, right? They were like, I'm not going to lie. Olandria said, like, I don't think they get it, brother. All this hate reminds me of college all over again. So she was getting some hate for something during the same weekend. I don't know. They were always hating on her for something. Must have been part of the hate train. She was incredibly grateful in the meantime. Oh, see? And then they went live from Dallas they, as in her sisters, went live from Dallas and they were doing that run back and forth eat challenge. It was hilarious. They need a show yesterday. Oh my God, they were hilarious.
I love her sisters. I love how she mothers them.
Yes. And I love how they interact together. She's like, my throat's small. That's why I don't have a boyfriend. That's why I don't have fuck with men. No, that's why I don't fuck with niggas. Is because I have a small throat.
Yes, I saw that.
She's hilarious.
Her sisters are so funny.
Hilarious. Oh my goodness. So yeah, so it was all kinds of just things happened. And then the next thing we know, they said they broke up. So from Saturday to the 22nd. So that's like the 19th, 3 days to the 20th. Look. So that's why we were like, we don't believe it. And plus they had already gotten Pink wrong and Ryan Destiny wrong. We were
that
like
Ragtag magazine.
Yeah, they were like a breath above the Inquirer when the Inquirer was popping. You know what I'm saying?
Or like OK Magazine, because we know OK Magazine stays lying. They stay printing falsehoods.
Right? So. Falsehoods and fake lies all the time. So we don't know what happened, you guys. But it's been quite the whirlwind week now, almost to the day. It's a week to the day, I guess, since the news broke.
I will say, it's nice. It was nice seeing Nick like hang out with Ella and have his fun. I really enjoyed I love seeing Olandria like that, where she has a little drink in her. Yeah. She's kicking back, having her fun. I love seeing that side of her. Because she is such a fun girl. Like, you can tell she's a good time.
Right. You know, and the edge that we were talking about, we noticed with her in the orange is like, I don't know. Now that I know they were really broke up. And those pictures were after because her braids are in. So that means that So even when she was walking across the street in the Victoria's Secret one with her jeans and that t-shirt on, made us all think she's gonna get wings this year to walk in the Victoria's Secret show. I don't know how that goes. But so she put that on and then she had the orange for us, you guys. I'll look for the orange without Nick hanging on her leg, even though I like that one a lot. Like, to see all of these was when we were, that's why he had to put out so you guys don't hope, because we were making memes like this, you guys, with Nick hanging on her legs.
Oh. Some people did that he and appreciated it. I was one of the people that appreciated him kind of letting us know, like, you know, I was like, because he's not trying to keep this false narrative going. He's like, let me just let our supporters know.
Yeah.
Was so I appreciated that.
I
know that wasn't easy for him to do, and he didn't have to do it, so.
He sure didn't. But I appreciated it also, because I was definitely one of those waiting to hear it from them. And him is fine, because I know he spoke for them often. So I accept it because of that. And I'm like, Mercury was still retrograde, you guys. Everybody says stupid shit during Mercury retrograde.
There was so much infighting going on within our fandom. And then we're thinking, and I remember I was talking to Nano about this. I was like, all of this infighting, maybe the Dallas show will give us something buzzy to redirect our attention to. And when that didn't happen, the infighting continued. Yeah. And then I was like, okay, well, maybe when they, something drops and we'll be, but no, then the breakup happened and I'm like, oh my gosh,
shit. Yes.
Cannot catch a break.
Yes, it was like 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, jab, punch, jab, duck. Oh my God.
We got humbled.
Oh, so quickly. So quickly. And, we got what we got. And Ella said he's smiling through the pain. And we're going to see Olandria shine through the pain tonight also. So, yeah.
I'm excited for that. But Curves, thank you for allowing me up, babe.
You are so welcome, Trink. And thank you for coming up and sharing your POV. This has been most excellent. And I appreciate it because, your perspective is really like expert witnessing as far as I'm concerned in this realm, since you have been international with the franchise and a longtime viewer. So yeah, like I feel really novice in my POV, and like, cause I was like, half the shit I was complaining about, they were like, girl, this is the least of it. I was like,
Love Island Malta was really good this year too. I was watching the Malta and I was like, oh, this is a good season. So yeah. Get into I would listen, watch Are You the One whenever you're bored.
Yeah.
They stream it on Paramount Plus. It's so good.
Have you seen Unreal?
Yes.
Now see, like I love Unreal a lot. And that's a scripted show for those of you who don't watch. But try to find Unreal too. I will go look up this Are You, and I watch like 1 or 2 episodes, but I typically don't back watch reality. Even my fave seasons from before, but I will see what you're talking about.
So entertaining. You're gonna be
That's hilarious.
It is like Love Island on steroids of the steroids. The way they are
hilarious.
And they have to live in the same house too, but it's like 20 of them. It's way more contestants. It's crazy. It's so good. Some of them have competed on that other show too, The Challenge. I like Unreal. Although it's scripted, I do enjoy Unreal. Yeah. I couldn't get into Big Brother this year, and I like Big Brother, but for some reason I can't get into this season. I'm going to try again.
Well, I heard good things about this season so far. Isn't it over?
Yeah. No, is it over? I don't know. I only saw like 2 episodes, and I kind of like, I think I was so Love Island focused, I didn't really get into it like I usually would.
Well, thanks again for coming up, beautiful.
Thank you.
Have a most excellent day. And you guys, look, I've been up here for like 3 hours probably. I don't know. It looks like 2 hours and 41 minutes at least on the YouTube. And I started you guys late. Okay. So, yeah, thanks everybody for coming through. Look, we have 27 of you in here, which was about the average, and we have 24 likes. I love it, YouTube. Thanks for coming through. Make sure you smash the subscribe button on your way in or out, and ring the bell so you can get notified next time I upload a video or go live. We'll get back on schedule. It was kind of like a death in the family last week when they broke up, so we didn't have our live last week, but she's back. Okay. Thanks for coming through over here on the YouTube. And here on the TikTok, look, we almost got to 13,000 likes. I'm going to tap the screen until we get to 13,000 over here. I don't want to leave me. Oh, look, there we go. I didn't even have to do it long. Thank you, God. Okay. Thanks for getting us to 13K over here on the TikTok streets, and for all the daily heart me's. 17 of you guys. Thank you guys so much for checking in. That was fun. And thanks for coming through, all the panelists. I will see you all in the next video. Go out and make it the day you deserve, which is the most excellent day, I'm positive, because we started off curvies, and then we segued into some VanCarthens, and we are curvies still, and rooting for the Van and the Carthen of it all. And we'll see Olandria Carthen this evening in Something Blue is word on the street. Okay. Leave it in the comments later if it was blue or not, what shade of blue. I'm feeling like a cobalt teal, but something bright, because it's like, I don't know how they're going to make this brightness happen in a cobalt teal, but it's going to have to be bright because it is the season of brightness. Anyway, you guys, thanks for coming through the LRGA Curves. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.